For real? Oh, no. Let's go.
Boston.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our hub of the bow, the Thunderdome, on this Watch Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. This program begins now.
Football!
It is magical, and sports are the greatest. We're incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about them every single day. And football is normally the topic of discussion on this particular show, but today's a little bit different. And yes, we have 12-year NFL vet and Super Bowl champion A.Q. Shipley here.
Baby AQ. Let's go, boys.
Penn State guy.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State.
Oh,
Penn State.
We are Penn State.
And what are we? And what are we?
We're a bad football team right now.
No!
Hey.
You guys lost one bad game. Oregon's a really good team. I mean, obviously, you guys.
What about the next one?
Well, UCLA, obviously, you guys don't show up. It's a lot of travel. It's
got
far
new
away
highs
over there.
Mm-hmm.
Nico Iamaleava at some point was going to play like Nico. And, yeah, it wasn't just Newhouse. I mean, the whole team just ready to kind of beat that Penn State ass, it felt like, over there at UCLA. And that's what happened to Penn State, brother. You still have faith? Everything's still in front of us.
Plenty of time.
Everything's still in front of us. A lot of big games. You got to go to Iowa. It's going to be tough. Ohio State,
right.
obviously, still happening. You got a lot of big games ahead of you. You can still make it happen.
Yeah.
Why do you sound like you're losing faith right now?
Well, that's the sell. You got to beat Indiana. You got to beat Ohio State, but you lost to UCLA on the road. It's tough. It's tough.
Hey, they're better than their record says.
Yeah, of course.
9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here. Everything DB, good D, bad D, going to be on today. Cannot wait to see who made it and who did not.
Absolutely.
And we should start judging teams a little bit more from everything DB, good D, bad D, and into the trenches. Remember, last week, Jacksonville Jaguars were on both of them.
They sure were.
Top 5 O-line and also in the good D part. And they go get a big win over the Chiefs. Maybe it wasn't a surprise.
It wasn't. Not if you watch the program. It wasn't a surprise. But you said we usually talk about football. We're not talking about football.
No, on that note, let's go to the Talks the Table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Ty, listen, it's a great day to be a Yankees fan.
It certainly is.
And last night, it was a great night to be a sports fan. Even if you're not a baseball fan, that was spectacular. Everything you could possibly want in a baseball game happened. We're talking ding-dongs galore, superstars making massive plays, and the environment being absolutely electrifying. Talk about the Yankees saving their season last night. And Aaron Judge, hey, don't look or double look now. Aaron Judge last night said, I'm the best player to ever walk on this damn earth. He looked like a king over there for the Yankees.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you mentioned it. You know, it was basically the perfect baseball game if you're a Yankees fan. Well, I shouldn't say that because I tweeted about an hour into the game. This would have been, 9:08. And I basically said, hey, unfortunately, the Blue Jays are 100 times better than the Yankees. This is just absolutely pathetic. And you'll see why. Vlad Jr., once again, third game in a row, hits a home run in the first inning. So just right away, kind of the opposite of what you need. And then Ernie Clement, a guy who no one's really ever heard of, but has been a thorn in the side. And then boom, Vlad Jr. goes Charlie Hustle. Are you kidding me? Into home plate. One of the coolest slides ever in one of the biggest games, that he'll ever play in. And at this point, you're just thinking the Yankees are dead. I mean, it's 6-1 early, like really early. So, yeah, I almost turned the game off. But then, we go to the third inning and Judge doubles down the line. The Yankees get one back, but we've seen this song and dance so many times. Who cares? You're down 4 runs. This Blue Jays team's going to continue to score. Wait a minute, though. We got 2 guys on base in the bottom of the 4th inning. Judge up again, and here it is. I mean, this is his October moment. He absolutely blasts one down the left field line. A lot of people saying the ghosts in Monument Park kept that one fair because it was windy. Goes off the foul pole, 3-run homer to tie the game at 6. And for this, the other angles are kind of what sell this, and that's why it's so magical.
Yeah, the other angles are incredible. Baseball is magic. This is from center field from the Yankees. With the sound, please.
Here's the pitch. High fly ball, deep left field. Down the left field line. It is off the fair pole. Hey now. Hey now. Hey now. 3-run homer, Aaron Judge. This game is tied at 6-6.
What a moment for Aaron Judge and the Yankees fans. It's not just this one. We have one down, I think, left field line they put out, and they put out a couple other slow-mos. Here's from the crowd.
On a 2-strike pitch. Hits a drive down the line. If it's fair, it's his moment. It is. It's time.
Wow.
Judge has arrived.
Packed out. Covered from all angles. It's 6-6 all of a sudden in the bottom of the 4th, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, and, what happened later is awesome, but after that home run, you got to play the game out, but guess what? Yankees are not losing this game. You see what Judge did in the dugout? A lot of people saying, hey, this guy shrinks in October. He stinks. right after he hits his home run, he finds the camera well.
What's up?
Give a shout out to the people, and you know what, for the haters too. Yeah, I'm really fucking good at this game.
I like that.
Yeah, awesome moment for Judge. But yeah, if you're a Yankees fan, hey, listen, it's early. You got to end the game here. Judge right away, boom, next inning. Diving play to there's a runner on second base there, 1 out. If that gets down, that's definitely scoring another run. And then, it can't just be Judge. That's been my whole thing. Jazz Chisholm, next inning. An absolute nuke with one of the sweetest bat flips you'll ever see. Yankees go up 7-6, and that was their first lead in the series thus far. So we've played a lot of baseball to that point. And then it was just, hey, just got to hold on. Fast forward to the 9th inning, the Pittsburgh kid, Dave Bednar, gets Vladdy Jr. to ground out. What an incredible play by Jose Caballero. But he completes the 5-out save, and the Yankees win 9-6. They're still alive, 2-1, and we got another game tonight in New York.
So just riddle me this whenever it comes to the baseball. When vibes are that immaculate, whenever Big Mo starts swinging in your favor like it was last night, obviously for the Yankees, and you got Judgy giving a little double look, and shout out to him doing that, by the way. It was getting loud.
Very loud.
I was maybe, stirring it up a little bit with the Cal Raleigh, Aaron Judge conversation.
Sure.
But whenever Aaron Judge is around you, there is an aura that kind of radiates around him. We got a chance to chat with him at the Home Run Derby. He's a gigantic human being.
Massive.
I mean, he is a huge guy. And this is a moment that is going to be talked about for Judge for a long time. On the brink of execution.
Yeah.
On the ledge of irrelevancy. Dancing with New York being maybe the worst baseball city of all time, with the Mets not even making the playoffs and the Yankees getting cold swept in the first round. Aaron Judge decides to put on a Superman cape, have a massive night, and then Jazz Chisholm, one of the most electrifying people of all time, hits a ding-dong, place is going crazy. Is this one of those things that they can carry for the rest of this run to the World Series? Is this one of those nights where, they're down 2-1 now? Is this going to change the trajectory of this team potentially in your eyes?
I mean, you have to think that way because, last game, game 2, they scored 8 runs, but they were getting their asses kicked the whole time, so you can't really point to that and be like, oh, here we go. The bats woke up a little bit. Last night, their offense woke up, which is kind of what we talked about yesterday when I said, the Yankees have a tough time winning games where they're just hitting a bunch of singles and kind of moving guys over. They need guys like Judge and Jazz Chisholm and Giancarlo Stanton. They need these guys to hit homers. And the Blue Jays don't have a ton of playoff experience. They are a very good team. They won the AL East this year, but now the pressure is kind of on them because coming into this series, they have to throw a bullpen game tonight. The Yankees get Cam Schlittler, the kid who threw 8 innings and had 12 strikeouts against the Red Sox, who just did it the other night. So the idea now is just, hey, okay, last night was always going to be very difficult because they had a legitimate, starter on the hill. Tonight they don't. The guy who is starting the game tonight is Louis Varland, the guy who gave up that homer to Judge to even the game. And a bunch of guys had to pitch last night because they went to the bullpen very early. So the Yankees have a decided advantage again today in New York. And that was the other thing. As a fan, all these games, it takes you out of it so much. I was ready to turn the game off in the 3rd inning last night, and I'm sure people in the stadium, a lot of people maybe considering leaving. You're down 6-1. It's because
the playoff game. The stock market doesn't sleep. All right, but it lives in New York City.
The thing is they've gotten their asses beat the first 2 games. It hasn't been, and this game is 6-1, and so you're thinking they're going to get beat 12-2 again. No heart, nothing. And they woke up last night, and it needed to be Judge. He's been great. He's batting over 500 in the playoffs so far this year. So even if they would have gotten eliminated last night, people still would have killed him. But he's not the problem. But he needed to be the guy to kind of get this thing going back in the right direction, and he was last night. So, hey, they win tonight. Anything can happen in a Game 5 in Toronto.
Who's the manager up there?
Aaron Boone.
How about this guy keeping the boys motivated? How about that? That's good managing.
Aaron Boone football.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about.
He almost had a disastrous decision last night that does not matter because they won, but he challenged a catcher's interference in the 3rd inning when he'd already lost a challenge. Boom. No more challenges left for you. You might need those later in the game. We don't need to be burning those down 5 in the 3rd inning, but it doesn't matter because they won.
He kept the boys motivated. He kept the boys locked in. Hey, Q, that former Super Bowl winning coach now, off-season ago, that means something to be able to keep the boys kind of motivated, especially in baseball. We're down 6-1 in baseball early. We just got our asses absolutely smacked the last 2 games. Boone steps in there and says, boys, be like me. You know, started telling tales about the great things that he's accomplished, motivated them, kept them rallied. And Aaron Judge said, holy shit, for you, Boone, I'm going to go do this. So maybe the Yankees fans get off his back a little bit.
That's a moment for Judge because it's real easy to quit when you're down 6-1. I mean, you're looking for any excuse to roll over and just die at that point.
If you're not a dog.
Yeah, he's not.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And then one guy makes that swing of the bat and the whole place just turns upside down.
That's great coaching.
Yes, it is.
You could say
Unbelievable.
that. And, listen, I was killing him before the game because he trotted out the exact same lineup as they did games 1 and 2. It was and they got beat by like a combined 20 runs. Like, that didn't work. Maybe let's switch things up a little bit, maybe try something new. But Booney just said, nope, I like my guys. I'm confident in them. Everything's still out ahead of us, which he said about 500,000 times this year when things have been going bad. So I do give him credit. That's big. But as a Yankees fan, like, that was awesome for Judge, but guess what? You can't lose today. Like, this is supposed to be the moment that catapults them to go on to win the World Series this year. So hopefully that's what it does.
We'll see. Shout out to baseball being awesome right now. Yes. Honestly, we are very, very grateful. And Big Dumper hit a home run to a guy that was wearing a shirt saying, hey, hit it to me, Big Dumper.
Yeah, dump one here, 61.
In the playoffs, Cal Raleigh, Big Dumper, hits an absolute dinger to a guy wearing a shirt that says, hit one here, 61, which is the number, and then later would take the shirt off and say, hit 62 here. Yeah. So he was just ready for it. Look at the sea around him, and he just so happens to be at the exact spot where Dumper dumps one to after the game. Obviously get a chance to meet, chit-chat, and that's a beautiful moment. Baseball is really, we got a movie-like outfield situation here with Dumper's fan calling his shot. We got Aaron Judge, one of the biggest stars in the game, having a massive night. Baseball's doing it. Don't look now.
Hot bat.
Baseball's swinging a hot bat.
Yeah. And then
finally
tonight, 4 more games, all elimination games. So, like, same deal. You would think several of these games will hopefully deliver some moments like we had last night, because I'll tell you what, when teams' backs are against the wall, there's enough good players. Like, crazy stuff happens. So if you don't have anything to do tonight, which, kind of perfect, we're on Wednesday here, kind of looking ahead to the next NFL week, like, you'd be far better pressed for, like, spending a little bit of time to maybe watch one or a couple of these games.
A lot of cracking of the bats.
A lot of cracking of the bats.
Last night also dropping of the puck.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
3-piece last night for the NHL's opening night, obviously highlighted by the Pittsburgh Penguins smacking around the New York Rangers. But none of the Rangers fans care because the Yankees get a massive win. So they're saying, who cares? But I cares. Okay, Sidney Crosby and the boys are back. Pittsburgh Penguins win 3-0 under the leadership of new coach Dan Muse. That bald man. Old coach is on the other bench.
Other side?
Other side,
Wow.
yeah. Sully's over there. Penn's get a huge win. That's great for the NHL if Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins are relevant and good. It's also great for this particular program because we will talk about it a lot more if that happens.
Yep.
To kick off the 3-piece, to kick off NHL's opening night is a team that's going for a 3-peat. The Florida Panthers get a win over the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yep.
Congratulations, Darius
Thank
Butler.
you. We had a similar situation, too. Not the coaches, but the goalies. We had our young guy, Spencer Knight, in goal for the Chicago Blackhawks. We got it done. It got a little close, but we got it done 3-2. Didn't cover, unfortunately, for me, but the boys got it done on banner night, starting off 1-0.
And the Avalanche win 4-1 over the Los Angeles Kings, but nobody's talking about the score of the game.
No.
All anybody's talking about is Mallet boy bringing the hammer after. A huge shot is delivered. Fair shot right there. Fair check right there is what everybody's saying. But immediately afterwards, now his head was bent down for a pass. Teammate comes in and says, that's not how this is going to go. Yeah, and this man right here,
Mallet. Jeff Mallet.
Mallet, yeah. Dog. Do not want to fight him. We apologize for getting your first name wrong.
Maybe Malott.
Mallet. We apologize for all of it because we've actually watched not only film of you fighting, but this is his brother. Yup, knockout. Yeah, so this is a family you do not want to throw hands with. And if you're the Los Angeles Kings, thank God we got a UFC fighter on skates as our guy.
Yeah. Yes.
And also, there's a lot of people, I guess, hockey purists, that say, that was a fair hit. Shouldn't be fighting after a fair hit. I digress. If you're in a sport where you're allowed to get back at a guy who just absolutely demolishes and demoralizes one of your guys, you should definitely be able to do that. And if you can knock somebody out in the middle of this fight, you see guy actually look at the ref and go, come on. What are we doing here? And they take it to the ice to get it over with. Seems like that LA Kings team has got a tight squad. Okay, now it didn't do shit for him on opening night against a great Colorado team, but hockey's starting, baseball is swinging a hot bat, and football is doing its thing. And I don't know if you saw this past weekend, there was actually a segment done by CBS, which we like to run every once in a while. Time for, ladies and gentlemen, hashtag Ask Jay.
Yeah, let's go.
Run
Who
it.
would win in an Oklahoma drill? You or TJ?
Oh, me. I'm bigger.
Than TJ?
Yes. Yeah.
By how much?
I got like 25 pounds on him still. Just pure size advantage there. It's all about low man wins also. I think he would admit to that one. He wouldn't admit to a get-off race, like the fastest off the line of scrimmage, but I think he would admit to an Oklahoma drill.
Coming up next, Ask TJ.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the man who gave that answer, JJ Watt.
Yeah, Jay.
Jage, how you doing, buddy? Do you really believe that about TJ? Because I think he takes your old ass and breaks you in half and then does the kick. And I appreciate you answering questions like that. You're so good at it. You're so good at it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. You guys, we have Ask Jage, and then it gets more formal, Ask JJ on Sundays. So it's a little loosey-goosey over here. We have our good time, and then on Sunday we put on the tie, and we slick the hair back, and we do the professional game.
Hair looks phenomenal. The chemistry in the booth is real. You're doing a great job calling games, even though the games might not always be the best games. How about this Texans teams? Back-to-back blowouts. Obviously, they get the Titans, and then this past weekend they get the Ravens. Ravens, I don't know how many things have been said about them this week. A lot of things not good. They traded away a player yesterday.
Odafe Owe.
Yeah, I didn't want to get those wrong. I apologize. Owe gets traded away. He's a good player. So it's like dire times in Baltimore. You obviously got a chance to chat with them whenever you're doing preparation for the game. You see them in person. Texans, really good. Ravens, really bad. What are your thoughts coming out of that game?
Combo of both, for sure. I've played in that stadium a few times. Texans, that's their first ever win there. So I've never won there. And anybody who's played there knows, like the Ravens, that place, it's just you expect to go in there and have a violent, physical, tough football game where the offense is going to hit you in the mouth. The defense is going to play strong ball. The crowd's going to be good. And I was saying in our pregame a little bit, even day games kind of feel like night games there just because of the black and the purple and the defense and just the aura of the place. And this game was none of that. This game, after about halftime, maybe a little later, but not even, felt like a preseason game. And the fourth quarter really felt like a preseason game. And the Ravens are depleted on injuries. There is zero question about that. They have a ton of injuries all over. I think almost half of their salary cap was on the bench for this game. But Kyle Van Noy said himself, look at the 49ers. They have a bunch of injuries. They don't complain. You got to find a way in this league. And it was a very, very poor product, unfortunately. And for them, crazy. They're still the betting favorite to win the AFC North, but they got to figure it out quickly here. The bye week next week is going to be massive for them.
Okay, so let's talk about the AFC North. The Pittsburgh Steelers are on a bye. Everybody around them in the AFC North takes an L, and then there's a quarterback swap from one part of Ohio to the next. There's full chaos in the AFC North right now, and it's not what we expected it to be. How do you feel about Flacco getting traded over to the Bengals from the Cleveland Browns? And what are your thoughts on him potentially beating the Packers twice this season? And then next Thursday, he's got the Pittsburgh Steelers in an AFC North rivalry game that he knows a lot about because he's played for every team.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty crazy. I think if he happened to beat the Packers twice, that would be just an unreal story. He's already had so many cool moments in his career. I do think that anytime you see an inter-division trade, especially at the most important position in the league, that's something that should perk your eyes and ears up, because you don't just try and help out opponent within your division that you're trying to beat. So there is some interesting aspects to that. But the Bengals are clearly just trying to somehow, some way scrap and claw their way to the point where Joe Burrow gets back, because they know what he's capable of, and they know that if they can just scrape out a few wins and put themselves in position to have a chance, once he comes back, they'll be all right. And Flacco certainly... he's done it before.
Yes, he has. Before. He went off the couch to the Browns, led them to the playoffs, which is why I think Stefanski brought him back this year after a year with the Colts that did not go great, other than the fact that he got to wear really cool cleats on coconut husk grass.
Hell yeah.
Turf over here in Indianapolis. He goes back to Cleveland. Obviously, that quarterback room had a lot of conversation going into the year because the 3rd-round pick in Dylan Gabriel, 5th-round pick in Shedeur Sanders, Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett was in there at one point, and Joey Flacco was named starter of them all. Shedeur Sanders was kind of attacked by cameras, or Shedeur Sanders was at an event with a lot of cameras that were at it. We don't know what it was, but he was at a car dealership, so it might have been an event where he was doing something, giving back, who knows what all he was doing. And there was a good 3-camera shoot, 8K cameras.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. He looked very good in these shots live from the car dealership's lobby. And he said, everything he said was like, thanks to Joe. I appreciate Joe. I leaned on Joe. Joe helped me. I talked to him after the trade. We talked about how quick it was. That was wild. And then he just kind of moved on. It was like he gave the perfect answer for the situation. And I think that quarterback room has dealt with this all pretty well. And Joe Flacco, obviously being a 45-year vet, and the way he acts and talks, like, I'm not their uncle. Right? I think he has helped with that entire room, and any success that they have from there, I think they will give credit to Joe, just like a lot of places have in this kind of journeyman career that Joe Flacco has had. Is it going to work for the Bengals, though? I don't know if they could block anybody.
True.
So
don't think they can.
Yeah, well, Joe Flacco back there, they're going to have to.
Well, footsteps, you got to be careful. He can move a pretty decent amount.
But if they can protect him just a little bit, if they can just let Joe Flacco just get that thing from here to here.
Exactly.
There's a chance that high-powered offense,
Sure.
There's a lot of weapons out there. Oh, my God, there's a number one. There's another number one. How many number ones have we got around here? I didn't know that. It's like I go to a fast food, I'll take 2 number ones. Yeah, he got that here in Cincinnati. This is Joe Flacco's thinking this is the best time of his entire life. Got Green Bay Packers. I already know this team.
Yeah.
I already beat this team.
Exactly.
No, I threw for 140 yards.
Still.
But you managed the game.
Yeah, you see the minute drive to go in and win a game?
You tell me. We'll just do that for the whole game. So Joe's already got to figure it out.
When's the last time we had a team trade in their division? A quarterback at that.
Ooh. Was it Donovan
Oh,
McNabb?
man, that's on the spot.
To Washington?
Yeah.
That might be it, actually. That might be the only one.
Did you hear what Tone just said?
Yeah, I did.
Everybody just heard
I heard.
Yeah. That's actually that's a good thought. That's a good thought from Tone.
Tone, you just said that. Sorry, it's inside joke right now for 4 of us because Tone is in hammer down time. What did you say?
AQ was talking to me this morning, and he thought that Joe might retire today.
Why?
It's a pretty good take,
Why would he
actually.
do that? Just because he got traded to the Bengals and just say, no more, I'm not doing it?
Listen, when you're 40 years old, you go to Cleveland and you think you're going to be the number 3, the number 4, the mentor in the room, and then all of a sudden you're starting and you're like, okay, well, this is great, but I'm in Cleveland. And then they trade you to Cincinnati, even worse scenario. You got no offensive line, no blocking. Don't be surprised. Wednesday practice, hour and a half from now.
I'm not doing it.
I'm done.
They just printed the jerseys fresh off the press.
They're saying that's what Amari Cooper did when he saw Geno Smith throw a slant route in training camp.
No.
That's what I saw on the internet, and that's for shoot.
Yeah, I understand that. That is for shoot, but there's a lot of people.
I mean, Jamar Chase was their second leading tackler in the game this weekend.
Good. He's a great athlete.
He is.
He walked in backwards, scored a touchdown.
That's
Joe
right.
Flacco saw that. So there's either that mindset that he's like completely done with all the shits, or it's Joe Flacco saying, I could take his team to the Super Bowl.
Grass is always greener over here.
Yes, it is. Right over there, especially with everything they have. Let's talk about some other situations brewing, especially for a place you used to call home and a team you used to play for. Go ahead, AQ.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you saw the end of the Arizona Cardinals game, the entire second half. It was an epic collapse, and just wanted to get your thoughts on the second half of that game.
Great question.
Yeah. Man. So I was in the booth, obviously, on Sunday doing our game. And then on the flight home, I started checking to see, what's going on in the rest of the games around the league. And you see the Cardinals are up. And then you start to see the lead dwindle a little bit. And you're like, oh, man, the Titans are making a little run here. And then I get home and I see all the videos. And, man, it was just a tough ending with the fumble at the goal line, with the snap hitting in the head, and then with the interception returned for a touchdown. I mean, think about this Cardinals team. They have lost 3 games by a total, not each game, a total of 5 points in those 3 games. They've lost them all on the last play game. They are literally 3 plays away or 3 missed final field goals away from being 5-0. And instead, they're now being talked about like this, with these types of comedy of errors plays going on. And it's just brutal, man. Obviously, for my former team and a team that I have so many friends on that I want to see do so good, this was painful to see.
I think this is still a touchdown. I think...
I don't disagree with you there.
And I don't think anybody cares because it's like, can't do it. Can't even be that close. You can't do this.
I agree.
Especially in that situation. So I think that is why maybe the football gods were just like, nope, not giving it to him. And then everything else that took place takes place. Feels like this could set up for a dangerous Cardinals team.
No, like dangerous, like as in it explodes and like everybody starts hating each other and they all just quit on the season.
Well, you got Gannon getting fined $100,000.
Yeah.
And that's last time that happened. Bruce Arians.
Exactly.
He slapped somebody in the head. In this moment, obviously, that we showed yesterday. I don't know if Billy O and J.J. Watt's fight at practice got anything, but this moment that we showed yesterday was the reason for a $100,000 fine. Can't happen. You know, the first one, who knows what he's saying? He can't do it. The second one, obviously, optically in 2025, the NFL does not want to have happen on the sideline of a football game. And, you know, old school coaches, B.A. was actually here yesterday. What was he supposed to do? It's like, all right, well, there's a lot of other answers these days. He gets fined for that. Everybody's calling him a laughingstock. You know, everybody's getting attacked in that building. And they have maybe the best team in football this weekend. In a lot house.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the Indianapolis Colts are the cock of the walk, brother. I don't know if you know that. Danny Dimes, everything he's doing, good. Everything Shane Steichen doing, great. Tyler Warren might be the best player in football, honestly. Could probably play him in multiple positions. We're only using him at 1 right now. Actually, 3 right now. Putting him at tight end, putting him at wide out. He's also fullback, running back, and I think he's taking a snap. So maybe 5 positions he's played for us already. This guy is remarkable. Jonathan Taylor is going to score 2-3 touchdowns a week throughout the rest of the season, and the defense with Lou Anarumo, smother it. Okay, we're all over the place, and we're getting the ball. And Carly Ursay, one of the big 3, one of the owners, I had a chance to chat with her before the game whenever she was coming to visit me and my wife's corgi, Chuck, and she certainly had some opinions on how fat Chuck kind of was.
Sure.
And that was one of her first things is, hey, we got to take care of that. But she said, hey, the defense feels very confident in the fact that we're going to get some turnovers today because the trajectory or where Gino chooses to throw, we got guys. We got guys in good spots. So game plan was to actively create turnovers. And we also say Cross is getting to the quarterback like every other play. So we're sending pressure. It's like the Colts are fun to watch. They're explosive offensive and defensively. We got a great punter, doesn't really have to do anything. And then our field goal kicker, we just signed the money badger, Michael Badgley, back to the team, who's pretty good. The Colts are dominant. But this Cardinals team, they've been mocked and ridiculed.
Yeah.
Literally by everybody, all parties, including the NFL, saying, clown behavior, bro. $100,000 fine. Can't have it happen. On that note, D-Bud has a question for you, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, they are, with that game, though, they are familiar with each other again, and obviously Steichen's on that Super Bowl staff. So, I mean, it is much different offense with Danny Dimes running it than Jalen Hurts. But how do you see the state of the AFC South right now? A lot of expectations were not there for the Colts coming into the season, maybe a little higher for the Texans. And I don't think they were there for the Jags either. You have the Colts and Jags sitting up there at the top. Houston looked like they're kind of finding their form, and then Tennessee, who knows what's going on there. But what's your overall opinion on the state of the AFC South?
Yeah, first we have to address Chuck. Is there a plan? Are we trying to get Chuck in shape? Do we have any sort of program in place?
Yeah, we start him in a stumpy stampede race, see if he likes it, enjoys it. And,
oh, my goodness, man. Those legs are doing a lot of work.
Yeah, dude, it's bad.
No, he's got good joints, this guy. He's literally a tank.
I thought you said you're taking him in for doggo suction, kind of get all that stuff out.
I was looking for some dogs and pick for him.
Sure.
But the thing about it is his body rejected it. So, no, I don't want it. This is who he is.
Beat it.
And I think he was a little bit perturbed by what was going on, didn't necessarily know where to head. My wife, who he certainly likes and loves a lot more than me, was down at the finish line because in theory that's the right move. Chuck obviously couldn't pay attention long enough to find it. He couldn't. The other corgis were able to find there. And then obviously you got to assist him a little bit and make sure he gets through a finish line. This is one shining moment here. Okay, I go and grab him.
He's built like an ottoman, bro. He's built like an ottoman.
Wow, JJ.
Okay,
Hey, man.
Wow. That's not That's not fair.
I mean, I'm sorry. That is
like a body pillow.
The issue is his body would collapse if I was to put my legs on his back. It is at max capacity right now, that body. And this is just the first
Is Chuck
steps.
a table fooder? Is he a table food?
To be honest, yeah, he'll eat some of ours. I'm not. I think he does a majority of his eating like maybe middle of the day, because at night I don't see him eating much. Like, he doesn't eat a lot of our food, so I think he potentially gets stuff like a pork, or like a pig, or he has no metabolism.
Yeah.
Okay. When we got him, he was big. He was big bodied, big boned. He had been obviously corgis the whole. He was in a
camp or
a dog store for a long time. He was by far the most mature dog in the store. Nobody wanted this thing. Okay, nobody wanted it.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
I genuinely wonder why. And then once I meet him, I'm like, this guy's a stubborn prick. that is why. That is certainly why. I assume whenever people would get him out and like play with him, he was just maybe the worst of all time.
Just an asshole.
Yeah, just complete. So him and my wife have built up a great relationship, but I will say he has been bigger than what I thought corgis were since the day he entered our house. Now, he's certainly gotten bigger, and those little arms do get they do get a little bit like this, but that's also potentially because the nerves, are being cut off by his fat on the entire thing. So we're trying, Jage. We're trying.
I love it. I'll get back to D-Butt's question now. I think the AFC South, with the Texans starting to figure it out, but I mean, I don't think there's many people outside of Jacksonville or Indianapolis who saw it going this way, this well, this early. With Liam Cohen coming into Jacksonville and being able to turn it around so quickly, massive win against Kansas City. And it's one of those things where I said it to somebody yesterday, confidence is a crazy mistress. You start to figure it out. You start to believe in yourselves. Some of these plays that used to be a comedy of errors turn around and turn into a positive for you as an organization. And the more that belief grows, the more that confidence grows. All of a sudden, everybody starts playing a little bit better. The ball starts bouncing your way. 99-yard pick sixes are on your terms instead of the other team's terms. So the Colts really crushing it right now. I mean, you turn on that game halfway through it, we flipped on the score and like, wow, crushing the Raiders. So I'm looking forward. I might have a chance here in the near future to check out a Colts game, and I would really enjoy that because I want to see what they're all about and how they're doing. And then the Texans start to figure it out. Titans kind of gifted a win there, so they're in the W column. AFC South.
On that note, here's some stats about the AFC South. Here's win-loss record against other divisions, non-division games this season, win-loss and the points differential. AFC South 8-6 plus 80. That's a lot of the Colts. Colts right now are plus a huge amount. AFC West 6-8, AFC North 5-10, AFC East 3-7. You tell us. Everybody's talking about the AFC South as a laughing stock.
Ride our coattails.
Yeah, you're welcome, AFC. Remember all the good quarterbacks at the top. Oh, yeah, Danny Dimes is one of them. Boom. Just like we said it would. Now, fascinating how good the Colts became.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately.
That's all they needed.
Almost otherworldly.
Yeah.
4 positions we added. QB, corner, safety.
Yep.
Right? We just signed Pratt yesterday. Pratt was on the Raiders. Okay, was on the Bengals for a long time with Lou Anarumo. Then he was on the Raiders for the first 5 weeks of the season. Last week, before playing the Indianapolis Colts, non-injured, kind of taking off. Then we sign him. So I have no idea what happened there. Pumped he's here, though.
Yes.
Great to have him here. But then on the offensive side, it's like Quentin Nelson's become more of a leader. I don't know. A lot of people are going to be like, see what the Colts were able to do overnight, basically. It's been crazy to experience it, JJ. This has not been predictable, I think. I blindly was saying it, but everybody was laughing at me, and I potentially maybe only half believed it. Sure. But on that note, What's that?
You all of a sudden you were the chief believer in the. You weren't even renewing your ticket.
Believe R.
Yeah.
I was a believe R, brother. Yeah, AR at the end. Remember? I think I created the term believe R because I went through the offseason. I reevaluated my views on the team with the people that I care about that work at the team. And I said, you know what? What am I going to do? Not be a Colts fan? Yeah, right. And the people that are wearing the uniforms right now aren't going to be wearing the uniforms forever. So we'll be here after that. So let's remember that. Did that whole thing. Then I buy the tickets back, and then we bring in Danny Dimes. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a shot here.
I can see it.
Now we start to. AR started showing up early, started doing the shit before practice, before everything. I'm like, hold on now. If we have AR, maximum AR, I'm a believer. And if we got Dimes time, okay, I can buy. Gardner Minshew almost took us to the playoffs.
That's right.
Then we bring in a couple guys on defensive side, and we still got good trade pieces.
Great.
Before the trade deadline, we can still make some plays, I think. So, yeah, I was dining out on the people wearing the uniforms and the pads because of how they're representing and the things they had been doing and the way they've been acting and talking and portraying a lot of things. But they got to live their
lives. Is that a double ring? I got to ask. I just noticed this for the first time. Can I get the meaning of the double ring?
Okay, so silicone or rubber wedding ring, obviously, because I don't want to get the...
Yeah, right.
And then this is baby girl's hair tie, one of her hair ties.
Ah, nice.
See that?
That's nice.
Could be pink or baby blue, but I think that's too loud. So just kind of put it here, in the entire thing.
I like that.
I got a good ponytail.
Nice tight pony.
Yeah, I got a good ponytail. I used to have the long hair, so I know you got to go from the bottom, because whenever that shit bunches up in there, you don't get it all because there's going to be pieces falling out of the bottom.
Bad.
So you got to get that thing all the way up in there.
Yep.
Flyers, tighten these things up. All right, go say what's up to mom. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, from down the hallway, I did that ponytail, bragging about it. So that's what that is, brother. That's what that is. Colts are the real deal.
Love that.
A team that might not be the real deal in the AFC East is having problems all over the place. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, JH, what the hell's going on with the Jets defense? It seems like every year that's kind of the one thing you can hang your hat on. Everyone always talks about how good they are, and then they get Aaron Glenn, and he assures everyone he's going to turn it around, and it just really hasn't looked like that. Now, granted, it does seem like the Jets are losing about 12 to 15 fumbles per game, so I don't know if that's necessarily helping out the defense. But what the hell's going on here, and is this going to get fixed anytime soon?
Man, we did a Jets preseason game and we did the Jets in week 1, and you talk to Aaron Glenn and everybody in the organization, and it's you definitely have a sense of that. Like, all right, they're very locked in. This is pure football. They're going to go out there and they're going to fix all the issues that the Jets have had in the past. I mean, the one stat right now that's blowing my mind, and I've asked like 2 or 3 people to check this because 0 turnovers in 5 games. Like, the defense hasn't even accidentally fallen on a ball that the other team dropped. Like, there hasn't been a ball that's bounced up in the air. Like, I think it's the only time since 1933 that's ever happened. 5 games to start a season with 0 takeaways. I mean, like, you guys have played. Like, people just drop the ball by running into the line of scrimmage sometimes, or the ball will bounce off a face mask and up into the air and you can grab one. So I guess that's a little bad luck in addition to not being able to get them, but I hope they turn it around. When the New York teams are good, it's fun for everybody, and they just are currently not good.
Don't want to remind everybody of this because where the Detroit Lions are right now. Foxy, what was your guys' record first year MCDC?
Started out 0-10, and then year 2 started out 1-6, and that's when everything changed.
And remember, the MCDC cried whenever they got a win.
Yep.
Everybody's like, what a loser this guy.
Yeah.
And all he kept saying was like, I've seen it every day, man. They're getting better, they're working. They haven't been, paid off for the work that they put in. I wonder if Aaron Glenn feels the same way. Like, hey, it's not good right now, but we got to build here. We got to build a culture. And will they have enough patience? You talk about whenever a New York team's good, it's good. But when you're bad in New York, too, it's very much like
very bad.
There's no question that the pressure is cooked so much higher when you're in that New York market. And I think it also is very tough when you see a brand new head coach like Liam Cohen down in Jacksonville. Big win over the Kansas City Chiefs Monday night. He's got that team 4-1. And you're sitting there as a New York fan, and you're like, I'm believing in you guys. I'm trusting the process. I'm understanding it takes time. We have to fully turn this culture around. But then you flip on your TV Monday night, and you're like, well, wait. They're in a very similar situation, and they turned it around so fast. So it's tough. I completely get it. I don't disagree on the Detroit point and the Dan Campbell point. Sometimes you have to weed out a lot of issues and turn it around. But it's tough when you look across at the neighbor and you see the grass growing real nice and green.
Well, the good news for him is the Giants don't seemingly have that going on this year, and they haven't for a while. On that note, those two teams are in a conversation a little bit different. Bengals have been in this conversation. The Ravens have slipped into that conversation as maybe not this year teams. Everybody else seemingly in it. Connor has a question for you, Jage.
Yeah, Jage, it feels like this year the teams that we thought were going to be really good again, like the Ravens, a few others, the Bengals, the injuries are kind of there. The Texans, though, would fall under that as someone you kind of thought was going to run away with it, but there's these teams kind of coming out of nowhere. I'm not going to throw the Patriots in just yet, but the Colts, the Jags being 4-1.
It's all right to feel good about yourself.
I feel good about it. Let's not go there yet, though, Jage. Let's stay focused here. How about the league? Are you pumped about the parity? I feel like we all are very excited about seeing some new teams toward the top of their divisions, at least early on. Do you think this is going to continue for the rest of the season?
I'm pumped about the parity. I think this is the best thing that the NFL has going about it, is the way that it's all designed with the draft, with free agency, with the waiver wire, with the way they set up the schedule. It's so much fun tuning in every week knowing that you don't know exactly what's going to happen and anybody can win any game. The Pats versus the Bills, great game, and really enjoyed watching that. So it has been enjoyable. I do think that the cream eventually rises to the top over time and people figure it out, and the best talent along with the best coaching will get to the top. But it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun. I mean, you have the Browns beating the Packers. That's probably the biggest one we've seen so far this year in terms of surprises. So,
Flacco.
But you feel good about your Pats, man. That was a huge win for the Pats, and Drake May does seem like he's got that factor where he can step up in those situations and lead his team, and you put the right team around him, and Mike Vrabel gets them operating on all cylinders and cleaning up some of the execution and the penalties and things. Like, they really do have a solid setup.
I mean, not to mention, too, we're kind of approaching that territory where some of those good teams that are actually poopy might start fire sailing, and I don't want to go there, but we got kind of 3 games we should win going forward for New England. So an A.J. Brown, maybe a Derrick Henry, perhaps they might be available. And also, little side note, I saw this on X right before. The Pats were all blue this week. Next week, they are all white. I believe that is a shot at the Buffalo Bills.
I don't know if it's a shot or if it's just cool.
Took your chain, bitch!
I like that.
Our jersey's there!
I like the Vrabes.
Did not take him off. I didn't want to get ahead of himself. Said, don't get ahead of ourselves. And I was screaming into the microphone right now. That was 45
It's your fault, brother. You're the one that was like, hey, you should feel good about your team.
I do. He does feel good. And earlier today, whenever he was laying out the A.J. Brown might be, who's he got history with? Who was mad whenever he got traded out of Tennessee? Oh, Vrabel. Oh, who else might be on a team that's not that great this year, but they got to pay him a lot of money?
Who are you sending to the Eagles? Who are you sending to the Eagles for A.J. Brown?
Who are we sending to the Eagles for A.J. Brown? Well, hold on. Oh, are you going to? Okay. We can take his whole entire contract, so let's get that off the books. And then, I don't know, we could probably send them like a Keon White, pass rusher, rookie on a young contract. And then when you think about the Ravens with Derrick Henry, if they're just kind of punting on it, then we can send them Ramondre Stevenson right back. Hey, you still get a good running back, but clearly you're not going to go to the playoffs this year. Why don't we just take Derrick Henry off your hands? A.J. Brown, you want to catch passes that aren't, thrown up? You don't have to play defense on Devontae Smith anymore, brother. Drake May will actually throw you the football, even though stats would say that they are still throwing him the football this year. He's just not catching it.
Well, Hembo would say that the targets to A.J. Brown are the same as they were last year, and A.J. Brown might say, I'm not doing this again. And allegedly there was a conversation, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, a long one. Jimmy Kempski covers the Eagles. I'm told Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Saquon Barkley had a long, positive conversation. Lasted a couple hours. Maybe they do this every week, though.
I hope they have conversations. What the hell? They're on the same team, dude. What?
Yeah, but I think the implication was, hey, there's a lot of drama, seemingly. They're 4-1 football team. They're Philadelphia Eagles.
Who told Jimmy Kempski that?
He's
Who
plugged
told
in.
him that?
He's plugged in.
There's 3 people in the conversation. Who told him?
So Jimmy Kempski has somebody in the hallway looking for the door to open, and then there's only 3 of them. And then immediately to Jimmy.
3. Yeah. That was an hour long, or that was multiple hours long, and it was positive. It was very positive. I could tell that.
Ear on wall person.
Laughing and joking in there.
Ha ha ha. Are they watching a movie? It's been a long time. And then sees them leave. They're laughing and smiling. Seem positive, Jim. Let it fly.
Think they were watching a movie.
I do wonder, how they balance this year. Always drama in Philadelphia for whatever reason. I think it's because it's the Philadelphia Eagles. Coach Sirianni, there's some stat that we just read and found. He averages the most points for the first 50 games as a head coach in NFL history. It's like him, Sean Payton, Mike Martz, MC and McCarthy.
Yeah. Yep.
They all average like 26.7 points a game. And all we in the media and everybody has done is, this offense stinks, man.
What's this guy do?
This guy's got no idea. They're the reigning Super Bowl champs. Are 4-1 right now. Got the best record in all of ball, and all anybody wants them to do is hopefully fall apart. That's classic Philadelphia Eagles. It feels like.
That's right.
And they're strong enough to survive. We hope they certainly will. JJ, what game do you have this weekend?
This weekend I have the Browns at the Steelers, AFC North battle.
You're calling a lot of your brother's games.
A lot of them.
It turns out that the second best AFC game on CBS every week generally does tend to involve the Pittsburgh Steelers while they're sitting at 3-1. Yes, there have been quite a few. It's his birthday Saturday, so I'm looking forward to seeing him on his birthday.
Birthday game for TJ Watt. Got to take that into account for sure, especially with Big Bro up in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you're up there, he does well?
Last game he had, the Patriots game, he had two sacks. So
hey, let's make sure we're non-biased.
His first game wasn't great.
Don't be getting too excited, okay, up there whenever TJ's
I'm excited, dude. We got Myles Garrett and TJ Watt in the same game. It's going to be great. There's incredible pass rush in this game. And the Browns rookies are crushing it. Browns rookie draft, they're not getting enough credit. They're getting a lot of credit, but this rookie draft class, they're killing it.
You putting respect on the pass rushers, I think, is a good thing from the booth. Obviously, it's one of the most important positions in all the ball, especially because it can wreck a game. But I'll tell you what, there's some other things wrecking some games. Let's head over to Hammer. Dahn. Is this still football, Tone?
Yeah, sorry. Whoa!
No. Excited.
Oh, no.
Whoa! That's Billy Bones.
Pat threw you a no-look toss. He literally no-look tossed you a lead, and then you do that bullshit.
He didn't mean it, Derek.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Listen,
AJ.
Stop. No. That's a mistake. I'm asking about TJ and I'm asking about Myles because you had just brought them up, and I know you were interested in those two just horrendous roughing the passer calls this weekend. One for the Saints and then one on the Bucs. What is going on, JJ?
Right there.
This is bullshit.
Whoa.
Is what's going on. Today, Wednesday is usually around, maybe Thursday is around when we find out about the fines.
Wow.
And if either of these two were fined, we need to have a very serious, loud, public conversation. But this is just the second one. The only thing I can see about that Buccaneers one is leading into it, he did kind of dip his head a little bit, which I can see the ref when he lead with the crown of your helmet, even though he ended up pulling off, I can kind of see that. It's still very soft in my opinion.
Yeah.
But that first one on the Saints, man, it's like he's standing up straight. He's hitting them basically body to body. He rolls off. He pulls his hands away. I don't know what you want a defensive guy to do. You literally can't not take the guy to the ground any more than that. And if you want to say, well, his face mask grazed the back of his helmet, it's like, okay, so you don't want to hit him high, you don't want to hit him low, it would have been 10 times more hurtful if he just spears him in the back here. This is about the best possible way you can lay a quarterback down, and we're still throwing flags on it. Somebody's got to stand up for the defensive guys here. This is just bullshit. And that's a 15-yard penalty that now moves them 15 yards forward, automatic first down, all that type of shit. Takes a sack away from this guy. Just give me a break. I'm sick of it.
J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt. J.J. Watt. Thanks for doing that, J.J.
Hey, baby J.J.
I hate it.
Better than you.
Because they've been trying to change that rule to make it still football, but also let's not take out quarterbacks are the most important position. We had how many different quarterbacks play that one year? 90 or 60 or something like that? I forget what it was.
Yeah, high 60.
I think it was like 68.
So they've been trying to adapt the rules. I think Ben Roethlisberger, or Carson Palmer, whenever he was with the Bengals, there was a crawling thing that happened to him against Pittsburgh Steelers, changed the rule. Tom Brady had something happen, changed the rule. Then there was a slinging type rule that was there. Full body control, but don't put your body weight. You can't go through the ground. Hey, there's a strike zone. You're not allowed to hit. You're not allowed to hit. So there's been a lot of rules to try to create the perfect way to tackle the most valuable piece on a football field in the quarterback position. And inevitably, it's always just a judgment call by the refs that are on the field. You saw that guy staring down he literally just kind of gives him a chest bump to his back, though. You know, like that's literally running full speed.
And like I wanted to,
that had to
ref
hurt.
was throwing the flag. I wanted to let give the ref the benefit of the doubt and say, oh, he just saw it immediately and threw it. But like, take time. Why is the flag coming out so fast? Take a second, see what happened, and then be like, oh, he actually didn't do anything bad. Like, this is ridiculous. How like that flag is on the ground as they're still just hitting the ground. Take a second, see that he rolled off. It's like performing acrobatics. Now, I believe that there are a lot of roughing the passers that are legit, high, low, whatever. We'll play by your rules. But when we're trying to play by your rules and we're trying to do what you want us to do, give us a break, for Christ's sake. I mean, just please give us a break. Like, we're doing our best. You pull off and you pull your hands away like, buddy, I'm clearly not trying to do anything bad here. I don't want a $50,000 fine and a 15-yard penalty. You know how badly I want this sack? It's so hard to get. I want it so badly. Don't take it away from me. And then the other thing, okay, then there's this. So if you're going to get a penalty anyway, rock him. Just to, like, go back there and lay him out because you're going to get one anyway.
Yeah, if they're going to throw the flag on a belly chest bump to a back, you might as well just go ahead and lean that thing forward. Because I think what they saw was the helmets were at the same height, maybe, from where they're at. So they just assumed that this had to be contact to the helmet. Instead, it's literally just a slap to the back. And it kind of, maybe the nice, if he would have grabbed him and put him down, which you'll hear some defensive people get on TV, what do you want us to do? Pick them up and put them down? Place them? You want us to tuck them in whenever they're down there? Like, what do you expect from us? Such a pivotal play. And you talk about legacies and legends and everything like that. Losing sacks, getting fined. Clay Matthews lost a bunch of sacks and got fined a bunch. James Harrison, I think, was like the picture of the new version of tackling football. I think he got over $1 million. It's not funny for James Harrison, obviously. I am not saying that. But in this transition era of trying to figure out what the rules are, there's some people that pay the price, and obviously we don't have it right yet at JH, is what you're saying. What's the rule? Strike zone?
I think we got to start publishing ref stats. I know they're out there somewhere, the stats, because we used to get them every week in our meetings, which is cool. But maybe we just got to start, like, I mean, little accountability going both ways there, you know?
That's all we're looking for.
Yep.
You're the man, JH. What's the hat?
Yeah, you guys are the men.
Minnesota North Stars.
Minnesota North Stars. I just like the hat. Mike Modano.
Yes, it is. Getting flashbacks of Modano and Basil McRae.
Okay, I like what you're doing. I really like what you're doing. Did you watch the NHL opening night last night? See the Pittsburgh Penguins?
I didn't catch it, but I heard you talking about it. Shout out Ryan Smith. Mammoth crushed their rebranding. Phenomenal. Good for them.
A lot of good logos, a lot of good brands. He's pretty good at pickleball, too. You guys play in that super duper secret game.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's really cool. You get invited to those things. Must be nice to be JJ Watt. Wow.
Yeah,
and that's why
nice.
#AskJH.
Exactly.
You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. How are the teams? Burnley and Espanol, we winning still?
We had a rough weekend. We both lost.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota North Stars hat on. Told us that story. He didn't. Shouldn't even asked. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Yeah, Dave.
All right, AQ, let's do your big takeaways coming out of week 5. These are 3 things that you think deserve to be chatted about a little bit more. What's the first one that you think should be chatted about, AQ?
Made for the moment.
Whoa.
Wow.
That's clever.
Like
Drake
that.
May, obviously special. We saw him on Sunday Night Football against the Buffalo Bills. What did you see, AQ?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Drake May is the future of this league. And let's take a look at these.
Whoa.
I picked 4 plays from this game. All of them are throws that he makes on the run. This first one, play action, roll out to the right. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Boom. Perfect strike where only his guy can catch it. Unbelievable. They say incomplete. That was complete. Let's watch this one again. Yep. Watch the guy over the center. Look at that. Coffee house. Feels the pressure. Roll right. Yep. There it is again. Unbelievable throw. The accuracy on the run that he has showed is unbelievable. Let's watch this one. Here we go again. Snap the ball. He's going to roll to the right. Here it is. Feels the pressure off the left. Roll to the right. I mean, you guys talked about this. This is as good a ball as you are ever going to see.
So now, just quick question. They're all going to force him left, right? This is kind of this is the thing?
You would try to. That's the same thing with Jaden Daniels. That's a big thing. Like, if he goes right, rather just picking it up with his legs or making throw. I mean, that's most right-handed quarterbacks. You know, some of them can do the damage going left as well. But, yeah, that's
what was it? Baker, they were talking about Baker was always running to his right. So they'd have guys, like, basically bring pressure and then loop around and hand up because they thought they were going to be able to block it. This is just part of trying to get a book on somebody, I think. What Drake has proven, what you were showing here, is rolling to his right, he might be the best quarterback in football.
And look how strong he is here. Daquan Jones, 320 pounds, right on him, stiff arm, enough wherewithal to find Diggs again. I mean, he's unbelievable.
What's
really
the
good.
second Akish takeaway from Week 5, brother?
Mayfield mayhem.
Whoa!
Wow.
Okay.
Baker. And it's really funny that you just talked about Baker Mayfield only being able to go to his right. Let's watch this first play.
Okay.
First play.
This was his rookie year I was talking.
Play action, roll to the left. Look at this ball. That is the hardest thing to do as a right-handed quarterback. Roll to your left, throw back across your body. Perfect ball. Let's look at the next play. Here we go again. Baker Mayfield finds Egbuka in the hole. This ball, I mean, this is as good of a quarterback game as you're ever going to see. He played out of his mind. Third one. Look at this little skinny seam route to Egbuka again. We got him later on in the show. Look at this. Drops it in a bucket. And I love the view from behind. And then, okay, cool. We hit some out routes. We hit this route. We hit the play action. Let's send this thing 65 yards in the air again to the rookie phenom.
Amecha Egbuka. He'll be joining us here in about 35 minutes or so. Cannot wait to catch up with him. What a special start to his NFL career he has had down there in Tampa. I said this week, Baker Mayfield, MVP conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone him still chirping with fans. I like everything about what he's doing down there. And what's the third thing that needs to be chatted about?
Easy Ez erases the edge.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Easy Ezra.
Ezra Cleveland comes down from Minnesota a couple years ago, solidifies this Jaguars offensive line. Let's talk about that. So right there when he is on the ground, if we can go back real quick, Trevor Lawrence, when he's on the ground, they are trying to keep him contained on the pocket. He cannot escape through the B gap as long as he holds the edge. Ezra Cleveland, boom, puts his ass on the ground, opens it up. Trevor Lawrence through the B gap. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Erases the edge. That's easy as the
Game
Jacksonville Jaguars have a little heat to them this year.
Big time.
Don't
Hey,
look now.
they're a real team. They're in the trenches, top 5. They're in everything DB, good D, bad D. I mean, there's real things brewing down there in Duval, and the NFL is obviously incredibly fantastic. We're lucky that we get a chance to chat about it every single day. We also try to cover news that we feel is good for people to learn, potentially provide a little bit more context. On Monday, we learned of a video that was made publicly available by Kyron Lacey's lawyer. In it, what we thought showed more context to the accident that inevitably led to the tragic loss of 2 lives, with Herman Hall, who dies in a car accident, and then Kyron Lacey, who later ends up killing himself because of the fallout of everything in which he was accused. We thought we had more context. Now more video has been made publicly available, and it shows even more context where Kyron Lacey is driving on the wrong side of the road and could have very easily made the case that he caused the car to swerve and caused the tragic accident. We apologize for adding any more heat, and will continue to stay on top of the news breakings in this story because obviously it's tragically sad and involves an athlete's legacy. We'll see you in the next hour.
But it is great to be down here in T-Town, Alabama. Now, let's do a little history here, shall we? This is, what's your name?
Gabby.
Gabby, you're a senior here, right?
That's correct.
And what is your major?
Chemical engineering.
Okay. Okay, have you ever kicked anything before?
No.
Okay, but you said you want to do it, not get somebody else because...
Yes, because I camped out for so many hours with my friend, and I got lucky enough to get picked, so let's go for it.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
All right.
We love that,
Let's
Gabby.
go.
$300,000 if you make this kick right here, Gabby, okay?
Oh my gosh.
That seems fair.
I don't know what a chemical engineering degree costs, but hopefully that'll help towards it all.
My parents would love that.
Okay.
I'll throw in 200 as well.
He's throwing it to $500,000. All right, Gabby.
Okay.
Good luck. We're pulling for you. 33 yards. All you got to do is make the kick. Good luck, Gabby.
Okay. Thank you.
Any final thoughts?
I love you, Mom and Dad and brother.
Love that, Mom and Dad. Hope you have a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabby Mathis, chemical engineer, senior here at Alabama, will attempt to win $500,000.
Oh, it's come to this, huh? It's come to this. It's come to this.
Gabby, why'd you smack me in the face? Kirk just smacked me in the face. How about this? How about this, Gabby? If Kirk Herbstreit can throw that football through those uprights right there, we'll give you $300,000. Are you okay with that? $300,000. If Kirk Herbstreit can throw it through those uprights, former Ohio State quarterback,
oh boy,
no warm-up, Full suit for Gabby!
Get Gabby. Congratulations, Gabby. All right. It's getting even more pricey. Kirk Herbstreit, I did not know you had that in you. You son of a bitch.
Oh, that's great.
Gabby, it's for you, your mom, your brother, the whole family. Congratulations, and Kirk. Good on you, man. It was close. Back to you, Reese. Jeez. Way to go, Gabby.
I want a moment. You know, I love the fact that Gabby wanted the experience.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey.
What?
Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Watch Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is magical. We're incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about it, but it's not just football happening around our glorious sports world. Hockey's taking place. They dropped puck last night. 3 star-studded games to kick off an NHL season that always starts much earlier than we expect, but once it does, there's an opportunity each and every night that there's a game to turn on something magical, something electrifying, something that'll dazzle you and then also entertain you, and then there's a chance a UFC fighter's brother is going to settle a score whenever somebody is checked a little bit too hard on the ice on opening night. Hop, pow, right in the kisser is a hockey thing that happens, and I think it's a reason why a lot of people potentially like the sport. It's old school. It has a lot of tradition, and if you hit my guy, you are going to get punched in the face, and the refs aren't going to stop it. The refs are actually going to tell everybody, get out of the way, let the boys figure this out, okay? Then they'll stick tap, they'll chirp, and then what you'll see in between the whistles is a sport that is so damn hypnotizing with how fast it is and how much talent there is. Hockey's on the rise, and it should be. The NHL season has started last night. There's 2 more games this evening, and the MLB playoffs.
No, you could say the MLB playoffs, I think. I think you can let that one slide.
These baseball people telling me I can't.
Well, fuck them. You can say the MLB playoffs.
I didn't say that.
I did.
Ty did.
All-star.
That's a good point. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Talks Table, at Boss O'Connor and All-Star Ty Schmidt.
Oh, yeah.
9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler, 12-year NFL vet and Super Bowl champion A.J. Hawk is here. And Ty, baseball last night was, what's that?
Who's that?
What's that? Oh, my gosh. I'm so sorry that happened.
Jeez, we're just mixing up all the initials.
Should have called you TJ. That's 100% on me. AQ Shipley, 12-year Super Bowl champion, player coach. I apologize. Baseball last night, though, was the topic of discussion. Hockey had some moments. Obviously, opening night, the Pittsburgh Penguins undefeated. Might go perfect this year. New coach Dan Muse, bald head. He literally came in after the game and said, all right, turn on the music and let's get on the road. See you guys next game. That's a beautiful thing. We like that as a veteran team. But the Yankees game last night stole the show. And I think even if this game was up against NFL games, I think people would still be finding themselves checking back in. The electricity that oozed from this particular night could potentially carry us all the way through October in baseball. It was everything that was good with baseball. Massive balls, stars showing up, and an environment that was captivating no matter where you're watching or how tired you were, because this was a late one. Ty, baseball delivered last night in a big way, so did your Yankees.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I think like the playoffs as a whole kind of needed something like this, because while all the series have been pretty solid so far in the DS round here, there really hasn't been like a signature moment The Phillies and Dodgers series has been very cagey, just kind of not what you'd expect from those two teams. You expect more homers, and then this one, like I said, like the Yankees have been utterly dominated by the Blue Jays in the first two games in Toronto. Yeah, utterly dominated, if you will. And just as a Yankees fan, as a Judge disciple, it just for him to have that moment because he has been playing so well, but he hasn't been getting very many extra base hits or home runs like. That was a moment that, at the end of his career, like I would imagine, who knows what happens over the next several years that he plays, that will be one of the top 3 highlights that people go back to, regardless of what happens throughout the rest of these playoffs.
The brink of elimination, the Judge, all rise. He went crazy. Now they play again tonight. Another elimination game. Are the Yankees going to come back and win this thing 3-2? And will this end up on somebody's future Mount Rushmore chokes for this Toronto team? Now, that episode is out now. New Rushmore on X is available with Bob Costas, Al Michaels, Ari Emanuel, and Ben Persky talking about sports' biggest chokes throughout the history of sports. And what it actually is Bob Costas and Al Michaels telling stories about sports history in a fantastic way. Marvelous storytelling. In a recap of what sports have been, what sports are, and stories that we need to remember. It's a fantastic episode, about 40 minutes or so. I think you can lock in. Clips available across all platforms. The entire episode available at Rushmore on X. It is, that's a good show idea.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Ari Emanuel, Ben Persky created it. Ari Emanuel, yes, that one. Ari Gold from Entourage now, chairman of TKO and one of the greatest agents. The greatest agent of all time, if you ask him, and I think a lot of people would say it around. And then Ben Persky, record label founder, I believe he friend of Ari, also mentee of Ari in this great conversations. They took the Mount Rushmore idea that has obviously been done before and just brought in the goats of the sports to kind of talk about it. We're lucky that we're a part of it, and the boys busted their ass editing it and putting it together. We're very proud of it, and maybe this Toronto team could join that. Maybe if there's a next episode for this. If the Yankees are able to come back. I think the Yankees are already on one of these particular chokes situations. Yeah. And it wasn't on the right side of history.
No, it wasn't.
It was actually for the Red Sox, who no longer around, but even Red Sox fans enjoyed what they saw from the Yankees last night. And joining us now is a football guy who sent a text and said, I'm actually watching baseball.
This Yankees game, shoot, awesome.
College football national champion, Super Bowl champion, Ryder Cup winner, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey,
Hawker, brother, you said, man, I'm even watching the baseball here, and that wouldn't normally happen. Playoff baseball has been incredible. Last night was spectacular.
Yeah, that shot that you guys just showed a little bit ago behind the pitcher when Judgy hit that homer, like just 8K, beautiful. You can see the reaction of the pitcher when the ball hits the foul pole. Like this thing is, look at the fans behind home plate. Like this was awesome. Like getting to see this live and then watching Jazz Chisholm smoke that homer and flip his bat was just, that's all I need. I was like, the Yankees have to win this game. We know that.
Yeah, take a one-run lead there in the bottom of the fifth. Still a lot of baseball left after these.
Oh, yeah.
But these games have been spurts of big innings, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't that kind of been the story of the playoffs? There's been like a third inning that's gone crazy, a fifth inning that's gone crazy. This one, the fourth, obviously goes big for the Yankees. That's kind of been the tale of this year's playoffs thus far.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like whenever teams have gotten traffic on the base paths, usually that's the time. Like you have to score in those situations because the pitching has been pretty damn dominant throughout all of the playoffs in both leagues. So yeah, these couple innings where, and the thing that like the Blue Jays, it all started, they gave the Yankees an extra out. There was a pop up to third base. That inning, Judge hit the homer. Guy drops it. So they have a runner on first base. Then their leadoff hitter walks, and Judge hits the 3-run homer. So they give him 4 outs, and like that's what good teams do. They make you pay.
Yeah, baseball is great. Also great, Jerry Jones. We haven't really got a chance to chat about this yet, but we have a little bit more information from Jerry Jones' camp on what happened this past weekend at MetLife Stadium. Jerry Jones was caught doing Tepper move, a David Tepper move of, in the Wade Bach Stadium waving Dahn, find somebody, you buddy, I've been listening to you all day. I'm done with that. We went ahead and did that. Jerry Jones came out and after getting fined $250,000 from the NFL for this and said that it was an unfortunate gesture and he actually thought it was a thumbs up, I believe.
Yeah.
Thumbs up, maybe
there.
a number one, maybe a thumbs up, and that middle finger just it controls itself sometimes.
Control the goddamn thing.
Sometimes you gotta go ahead and put that thing down like this right here. Anytime we get a chance to hear Jerry talk, we'll certainly do that. Go ahead.
I'm laying up here in the bed. I said, the good news is that they say you're gonna live. And so don't make me have to come up here and visit with my rubber glove and get you out of that bed. Now, they took that out. And I thought it was the best scene in the whole thing.
So that's from the Landman scene where we know that he won an award. He should win an award for how he acted in there with Billy Bob and somebody else.
John Hamm.
And basically tells a story about, doing business with his family and what they have here and how special it is. And to be honest, almost tear to your eye listening to Jerry do this. And he did it all in one take, obviously. But even in that particular take, that middle finger of his just couldn't. He wanted to put on a rubber glove. That thing starts dancing out there, And we've heard other older folks say that certain words or things just for some reason, my mouth can't stop saying it. Jerry basically came out and said, my finger just, even when I want to do a thumbs up, my middle finger it's an outlaw. I don't know what to tell you. So we appreciate to get that $250,000 fine. Where's this money go? We don't know. How's it? Who knows? Yeah. But we know that the NFL said Jared can't do that anymore, which we respect.
I would appeal if I'm Jared. I don't care how many billions he has. If you're finding me $250K for a blurry shot of me possibly flicking some dude off from the other team, like, come on.
That's something you used to do all the time. On the once again,
mine was playful and fun. It was never out of like anger or anything.
Well, his was too. You see, wave, and he pointed, and he meant a thumbs up if you listen to him, or maybe a number one, but instead that middle finger can't help itself. Now, you want to talk about one finger going somewhere? You go ahead and take that thing right to the sky. Especially whenever you're talking about a man that's about to join us in just a matter of moments. Ladies and gentlemen, down there in Perth, Australia on Saturday, there's going to be an ass beating of an Australian man named Bronson Reed. And it's going to be done by a man who's a 6-time world champion. Let me make sure I get these stats right because they are prolific. AJ, did you hear that? 6-time Michael Jordan world champion. Exactly. One of those was for 1,316 days.
My God.
This man is a career Grand Slam champion. He's a 2015 Royal Rumble winner. And in 2006, he was first team All-ACC.
No big deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, our tribal chief, the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
What a transition, huh? What a segue from the middle finger to the pointer finger. Love it.
Well, Jerry did it, and it wasn't supposed to go that way, but live in real time, I thought to myself, if there's only one finger that needs to fly, it's one to the sky, and it's certainly acknowledging our tribal chief. It's great to have you back in the world, brother. How is it? I see TC1. Okay, I like the shirts. I'm looking to buy those immediately. We love everything about it. And now you're heading to Australia to do a little ass beating. How's the body feel? How do you feel leading up just a few days before the big match with Bronson Reed, who... Hey, he's broken both of his own ankles jumping off the top of things, okay? He's looking to smash you, dude. How do you feel, Roman? GOAT heading to Australia just a few days.
I feel like crap. My body does not feel good. I was down there not too long ago. The flight, back and forth has not been nice. I've been jet lagged for, I feel like, 4 weeks in a row now. So... why not just go down there and try to kill myself? So it is what it is, We're going to go just head against the wall, Goldberg style, just reckless abandon. And, you can't do much worse than I feel now. So let's just go mess it up physically. So,
okay, so you're not at your best. I don't love that. Okay, not at your best, but you don't
I wouldn't say that. I don't. Yeah, this is like you. I'm a live performer. I can do it at any given moment. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I'm always at 100.
Yeah, you're right.
We're always at the 10 is. You know what I'm saying? We live at a 12, so the 10 will always be easy.
Yeah, because it doesn't really matter how you feel. Whenever you're in there, you're the GOAT, obviously. So you're gonna have.
Well, yeah, you go through the curtain. You know what that. I mean, you could be selling a broken leg back there, but as soon as the music hits, as soon as you go through that black curtain, it's like a it's like a shot in the arm.
How cool does it feel whenever you do this? And just the entire place, every single city goes and does the same exact thing. That I don't want to say power, but that is certainly pot right there. That has to feel pretty incredible.
As long as they do it with me, yeah. As long as they do it with me, we're good to go.
What if it's that other thing? What if it's that Jerry Jones, which could be down in Australia here with the local guy, Bronson Reed, Australian guy. Now, I know you just talked about being down there. You were shooting Street Fighter. I believe you were in that movie. You're in Australia. 16-hour flight. Obviously, it's a long way to the opposite side of the world. How do you feel? How are you going to handle that? How are you going to handle, the long travel, what's it called whenever your body clock's completely off? Jet lag. How are you going to handle that? Do you have ideas? I assume a man of your stature, of your legacy, I assume we got IVs in the plane. Mm-hmm. I assume we got a full meal plan. I assume we got the workout happening. How are you addressing that? When is your travel? And what is kind of the next steps for you as we lead into that?
Well, I'll fly out tonight. Travel for this will be much, much kinder than it was for the movie. But we're working on that. You gotta pay your dues. You gotta build your equity. And brother was on the commercial flight, just living life, amongst the people. It was great. But no, this is much, much better. G650 on the way out there. Yeah, one stop for gas, and then we're right to Perth. And then we hit the ground running. Like I said, there's no real way to combat this jet-lagged, tired, run-down feeling. All you can do is just try to, keep your immune system as high as possible. Like you said, get a banana bag in if you can, vitamin C it up, and don't bitch about it. Let's just keep moving forward, and just try to hit the ground running, try to keep some momentum. As I get there, I want to say Friday in the late morning, probably around this time Friday. So we'll kind of time travel in the next 24 to 30 hours, and then just hit the ground and hope for the best.
I appreciate the fact that you're a humble tribal chief and you will fly commercial, but for this one, obviously, we need you locked in that G650. Thank you for making a business decision. This isn't because you're high maintenance at all. No, this is not because you want to fly private. You wish you could fly commercial, but this is locked in. We got business, obviously, to handle. We need the...
I did not say that. I did not. We don't ever want to fly commercial. We have to. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And no, ain't nothing about being bougie or high maintenance. Business is business. You know what I'm saying? I set the tone and the standard for the next guy up. So if I start slumming it, then the next guy's going to slum. We're progressing here, man. Like I said, everybody gets escalated. Everybody gets lifted when the tribal chief's around.
Rising tides lift all boats. Let's talk about Jey Uso. Seems like there's been a little bit of... I don't want to say a baton passing, obviously. The Ulafala, but that hasn't happened. Obviously, that's a big deal. I'm not talking about that. But it feels like he has his eyes on a little bit more. It feels like you also see a little something in him. How is that kind of working out, and how is it to see the Usos back and you with them? It feels like glory days almost, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know about all that, and I don't know about, handing down the mantle. I don't know if anybody can actually handle that responsibility, that obligation. But
agreed, much of it.
No, Jay. I saw this from the beginning. Nobody, you know what I mean. Like just like Sammy, I seen this beautiful opportunity within Jay a long time ago, and we're just now kind of seeing that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow with him. But there's so much more left to do with him. There's so many. More accolades and more opportunities for him to capitalize on it. And that's what I'm saying is like, he got there. That's one of the hard parts, but the hardest part is staying there. The hardest part is staying relevant and staying at the tip top of the mountain, to be able to breathe at that altitude. And to do it like I did for what'd you say, 13, 16?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I wish he would listen to me a lot better. I wish his brother would just shut up and listen to me as well. It would make life a lot easier, because at the end of the day, I got the proof of concept. I'm the one who's mapped this thing out. I'm the one who needs to, that understands how to get back to the new land. I'm the only one that can cross the ocean and come back. So I'm the only one that understands how to navigate these waters. And I just wish they would listen to me.
Yeah, and sometimes leadership isn't respected or appreciated in the moments that they need it. But Jimmy's listening. Jimmy's hearing. And whenever the moment comes to the moment, Jimmy will do the right thing, right?
Yeah, I would.
Jimmy will listen. Same with Jay. They'll listen to you. You're a tribal chief.
The right thing.
Bloodline.
That's subjective, right? You over here the right thing, and the right thing in WWE. I don't even know if that makes sense. You know,
true. That's crazy.
That's like trying to be a good guy in the Shark Tank. Try to be the good guy in the ocean. You want to be Rose or Jack. You want to live or not. You know what I mean?
Put me on the door. Mm-hmm. I want to be on. And there was enough room. There's enough room.
There's not enough. That's the beautiful thing about it. There's not enough room in WWE. There's not enough real estate. You have to get what is yours, and that's what I'm trying to teach these guys. That's what I'm trying to learn them boys is you have to take it now, because this ain't Hollywood. There's no number one. Cody can try to put it there, I can try to put it there, but everybody's trying to take these spots. Everybody's trying to come up. Nobody cares if you're doing good today. That's how the WWE is. It's not like Hollywood where they put a number on us and everybody serves the top spot. Everybody's here to make 1 and 2 look really good. They don't care if I look good. They want the good life here. They want to be in the promised land. It's not the titles. It's this space that I'm speaking of.
Yeah, the G650 down in Perth. Yeah. I understand. We understand what you were speaking of. And obviously that is why the WWE has been great for so long, because there's so much competition within the company to get these prime spots. And this man held it down through the hardest time in the history of the business when there was no fans. Took it to new heights, billions and billions and billions in dollars in revenue. But there was one person that was next to you then that seemingly hasn't been for some time now, and he's got a huge brain, this man. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, TC1, I acknowledge as always, and you're mentioning real estate. There's not enough real estate, brother, because it's all yours. But when you're thinking about what this weekend is going to hold, have you thought about the Wise Man at all? Is there any sort of feelings about what he might try and do during your match?
I would say anything that I need to be worried about, he's doing right now. When we get out there physically in that capacity, never worried about the old man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I choked him out last time where
Hell yeah.
Just him getting in the bubble, he already understands that. But any type of, layered plan, any type of foil that he's trying to plan at this point, I think it's being game planned. In the forefront. So just got to be ready for everything. He taught me so much. I sat under his learning tree. I caught shade for a long time. So anything that he's teaching all these other guys, he's already, and
sure,
he's long-winded. So he'll keep on telling his stories, you know what I mean? And he'll come back to them. So I've like a sponge absorbed so much from the former Wise Man that I think he's gone dumb now. I don't think he's
it all.
The same guy. Yeah. I think it's become one of those situations
lost his
where
fastball.
I've become the master.
Oh, I like to hear that, because that happens in a lot of sports.
And ask too. You can ask the twins. When we were on these, years ago on these flights doing, same thing to Saudi. I'd sit there and I'd listen to him. I'd sit there and I'd take counsel. I'd sit there and hear his stories. And sometimes, he'd forget he told me a story and he'd tell me again, but I'd listen to it again just to see, you know what I mean, if the mantra, the moral of the story was the same, or if there's another little piece of information. He's a very wise soul. So you got to be smart when you're around someone like that, because you can learn so much.
Yeah, no detail unnoticed from our tribal chief. You want to tell me a story 3-4 times, I'll certainly be listening to new details so that I can get better. And then also all that information and knowledge I'm going to take from you, and you're going to start making bad decisions, Wise Man. He actually said, if this doesn't go well down at Crown Jewel, I'm going to have to ask myself why I picked you over Roman Reigns. So he's already having a little bit of doubt. Okay, so he's already starting to, oh my God, he's yearning for the days when he was riding over there Relevancy Island, when he was living the high life with the tribal chief, and now he's over there with the vision going, you know what my vision is now? How the hell do I get out of here? So big times and all.
He just got off a charter with like 80 people probably sweating it up. You know what I'm saying? That's not the good life. It's not bad, but it's not the good life. It's not the promised land.
Yeah, it's not life around.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. I acknowledge.
That's right.
Yeah, I acknowledge, brother. I acknowledge.
That's
brother.
right.
Yeah, no questions asked.
Rare air, baby.
It is, and you were breathing it for a long time. Well, also, others were trying to yeet. It's like, can you yeet up at that altitude? We shall see. I know I couldn't. I was getting blown up every single week as Jay was riding this wave to the top. AJ has a question for you, Tribal Chief.
Yeah, speaking of rare air, what you have done and been at the top for so long, I wonder, it reminds me of like Tiger Woods, how long he held world number one, just for astronomical amounts of time, everyone taking shots at him, trying to get his top spot. Have you reached out ever to anyone in other sports, say like a Tom Brady during his run, all these guys that may be the top of their sport, and try to like say, hey, how do you do it? How do you handle this when everyone's trying to come get your spot?
No, I never, outside of probably talking to like Dwayne, Johnson.
Of course, yes.
We're down here in Miami, so I was thinking maybe Wade or whatever. He's won some championships.
Sure.
Yeah, he's won some championships down here. But no, I haven't had the privilege of talking to any of those guys. But I definitely studied that. You know what I mean? I definitely watched, Michael Jordan, Tiger, Tom Brady, all these guys, everybody, the GOATs of their space, of their sport, of their skill. I think it's an easy watch. I mean, ESPN, they have so many documentaries, all the 30 for 30s, so you can kind of dive into that and look into the psyche of what these guys were thinking or feeling, what they're going through. A lot of times too, they're going through a lot of, they're going through some shit in real life. They're going through personal stuff too, which is interesting because a lot of these guys actually are, to be able to chase and focus on the greatness while your life is going nuts. That's a skill in its own right. But yeah, I've definitely studied, and I've said this before, like, as I'm sure you boys have done yourselves, because you've all achieved, a very high success rate in your own lanes.
Thank you.
You take pages from people's playbooks. You see somebody doing something seamless, like, oh man, like, Rock, Cena, older guys than me like Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, all the way back to, someone I didn't get much time with, but The Undertaker.
Sure.
Bob Back. Yeah, there we go.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's pulling stuff from Bob Backlund for sure.
Yeah, hey, why not? Hey, pop out them steps and get some cardio in. But yeah, everybody's got something that they do, just like, man, that's so smart. Where did you figure that out? And then, you just steal that. And that's all it is just stealing plays. Like football, it's copycat. You know what I mean? You just take what you like and make it your own. And then all of a sudden they're singing your praises.
Yeah, stealing, learning, it's all different types of conversations because you make it into your own. And I think anybody that's at the top is obviously a big-time learner and committed to getting better every single day, which you certainly have and continue to do. You got that dog trait that takes you to the top. That's because you're a football guy.
That's
and
right.
We love that. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, my Tribal Chief, I know how busy you are, so I'm not sure how much you've been able to pay attention to your alma mater, but boy, I'll tell you what, Georgia Tech is humming right now, undefeated in the ACC. Is Georgia Tech going to win the ACC this year? Are we thinking, hey, the playoffs are coming and Haynes King and the boys are going to be there?
You down in Miami right now?
I don't know. I don't want to jinx it. The moment I start running my mouth, my teams do not perform well, so we're just going to enjoy what, hey, if you want to play good football, if you want to be successful in life, if you want to be a part of something after football quits you, because it quits all of us, unless you're fortunate enough to keep talking about it after you're done, you want to be a part of this Georgia Tech community. You want to be a part of this Georgia Tech fraternity. We're winners, man. And I want to say at least 25 to 30% of us are easy millionaires. So that's something we've been doing before the social media game, before there became all these different avenues to create revenue. We were at the groundwork and, starting with just geniuses, engineers just getting it done. And the ones who aren't engineers, we're taught how to run them. You know what I'm saying? We're taught how to employ them and manage them in one of the greatest markets of Atlanta. So if you're not buying what I'm selling at this point, Georgia Tech, Atlanta, that's the place to be, because that's what taught me how to. Pensacola could only do so much. I love Pensacola, Florida, the Panhandle. It taught me how to be a young man, but Georgia Tech and Atlanta taught me how to be a grown man. So please, join membership has its privileges, boys.
Ty asked you, he said, I don't know how much you're paying attention to. He understands everything's recruiting. He just dropped into a recruiting pitch for Georgia Tech immediately. 25-30% of us become billionaires.
You're not getting my money, but I will push you all the way to
football, obviously WWE now. You just talked about being in Australia. You have a huge role in Street Fighter. D-Bud has a question for you.
Absolutely. We all grew up playing Street Fighter. That's a big opportunity. You can't wait to see it. But how has balancing being a WWE superstar and being a big Hollywood star, how has that been so far? You mentioned talking to Dwayne Johnson before. Have you leaned on him or some other guys? And how has that been?
Well, no, I mean, it was so busy going back and forth and trying to get through Paris and then get to the point of getting down there. My kids, they're all in school right now. And so, we're in the fall, so we're in the thick of it. So I didn't get a chance to tap into anybody, but that's one thing I did do is when I was down on Hobbs and Shaw, I was able to, like I said, just absorb everything and just kind of monitor and just, download as much of the process as possible. And that helped me out a lot when I got down there. And also, too, the things that I didn't like about my experience or maybe my attitude in the last project or two that I've done and just different ways to, psychologically prepare myself for a different process, because that was the biggest thing. I'm so used to my WWE bubble. I'm so used to that process and being live and jetting in and jetting out, having the bus and having my own little creative space. So I had to just kind of rewire myself to be ready for a different process. But yeah, man, it was fun. It was a good time. And there was that one little moment in time where I was like, man, this is kind of what being a movie star feels like. You know what I mean? Being in that little bubble. It was cool. And it's interesting because everything I've learned in WWE, everything they've taught me, all these skills that I've acquired and I've sharpened, they all translate.
Yeah. Selling, giving, delivering, remembering, adjusting, everything carries over. I think you're going to be massive star, dude. Because, I don't have to tell you this. You already know. You have a mirror. This dude is wildly attractive. Okay, it is outright. Yeah, and I know you used to be a vest boy. Okay, you used to be a little bit, Oos used to get a little comfortable.
I was a D tackle, man. I was chubby. You know what I mean? Holding water. Just athletic as all hell, but holding water.
And that's how he views himself, I think, still as that fat guy. And then he walks out. And he's just like 4% body fat. And the whole place is like, what the fuck is that thing that just walked out here? Which is great.
That was last month, though. It's Oktoberfest, baby. We're coming in watery.
Well, that's good. You got Brunson Reed. You're going to need that.
It's Sam Adams' fault. Oh, man. Every time it comes around, the fall comes around, football's happening. It's my favorite.
I loved you here, and I'm used to the WWE process. Jetting in, I got a bus, my own little creative bubble, and then I kind of jet out of there. Movie, we're on a commercial thing. Okay, we're at somebody else's movie set. All right, I guess I'll adapt to the process here, and we will still try to crush it. I can't wait to watch you master that lane, just like you mastered WWE. And if you would have stuck with football, we all assume you'd end up in the Hall of Fame for that as well. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for joining us. Safe travels down to Australia.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate you all for having me. That's right. Always.
Ladies and gentlemen, our tribal chief, the only tribal chief, TC1, Roman Reigns. Thank you, Roman.
Yeah, Roman.
A little different process down there for that movie. I'm 6-time world champion. I was champion for 1,316 days. WWE, I know exactly where the food is. Everybody kind of knows where I'm going. We all understand what we're all looking for around here. I got this movie set. Okay, we're in somebody else's playground all of a sudden. You don't care. I'm running 1,300.
Yes. Oh, really? Yeah, who gives a shit? Your call time's in 8 hours.
Okay, we need you. And also, here's your trailer, same size as everybody else's. It is the movie world. I got a chance to experience it a little bit there with Mosquito Bowl when I went over there. And it's very similar, though, to a team. It's very similar to like a football team. Who's the coach? Who's running shit, operations, yada, yada, yada. Everybody has to come together. Everybody has a job. And managing it all is crazy. Those movies, insane. That Street Fighter one, they had like 10 celebs in it.
Yeah.
So that involves everybody's people as well, let alone shooting it and everything. And
Everybody's people. Think about that. Managing everybody's people. That would be tough.
Going to Australia, too, getting enough space. And then Australia, if it's anything like what it was for Mosquito Bowl, Australia provides the production companies, the trucks, everything like that. The extras, they are, for the movie that I was at for, 11 days I was there, let alone they're still shooting. Okay? They've been over there a long time. That's a full family. They've been going through like an entire season. All the Aussie people were awesome, just like wanting to help, do whatever they can. And they all got such sweet accents.
Yeah.
You know, the sweet accents are always such a good thing. Congrats to Roman Reigns. Bronson Reed, Roman Reigns, this is a huge night for Brunson.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the biggest night of Brunson Reed's life.
Without a doubt.
In his home country.
Home game, yeah.
Gotta have to do it.
Not a cage match, is it?
He's not going outside the cage.
Okay, just making sure.
What do you mean? What are you saying that for?
Because the last time we saw him do that, we saw both of his shin bones explode out of his legs, like a goddamn horror movie.
Yeah, but he'd be willing to do that, which is what you have to know. Is that's
true.
what you're taking on.
Business kid.
When that tsunami comes, there's a chance that you're going to get splatted, and he might as well. And Roman understands what he's in for. OBJ went on the pivot and disclosed that he's going to be serving a 6-game PED suspension. We'd like to tell him, hey, OBJ, everything you've done for football thus far, great, brother.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. I think coming out and addressing it is the smart play. Seemed like he was at peace a little bit on that particular Pivot podcast. And then I think he also mentioned in there, I didn't get a chance to listen to the entire conversation, I certainly will, about playing for the Giants again. So now we wait to see what Odell Beckham's future looks like. But a guy who's become a megastar in our world is now facing a 6-game PED. I think he said, he obviously regretted it all and talked about what kind of got lost and stuff. It was a very transparent Odell Beckham Jr. on the Pivot. And what are your thoughts on him, the player, at this point, and how should we think of OBJ?
He hasn't been what we remember him to be, like his peak, obviously, for a while. He talked about his time in Miami where he was kind of maybe halfway in, halfway out. Because you spend so much time, in the building. And a guy like him, you mentioned being a megastar. When we were playing, he was, I would say, easily the most popular football player in the world. You know what I mean? Even probably outside of the quarterback, maybe Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, those guys. But he was right in that atmosphere, and we never really seen that from a guy. But as far as a football player on the field, at this point we have to see it, to believe it. But Odell, he's a freak show of an athlete. If he has had this time off to get fully healthy, who knows what environment he can go in and compete. Now him and the Giants, that's surprising. I know it's. I know he loves the place. That's where it all started. But, got a young quarterback. I would expect him maybe like the Rams.
Yeah, but I think he likes the moxie of 44-6, dude.
Sure.
I think he likes the moxie of the boys over there in Dayball.
Yeah, sure.
There's a chance. Thinking about him on PEDs is crazy, just if you go back to his prime, because what he was doing. Imagine if he was to juice up then. What the hell? What would have been?
Yeah.
Dude, he was so outrageous. I played catch with him at the Pro Bowl. And he won. I didn't even know you could play catch. I'm throwing him the ball and just insane catch every single time he's throwing. I have no idea how I became the person playing catch with him. I think I was out on the field kicking. He came out early for warm-ups. Normal equipment crew that might throw or backup quarterback that might throw through him is not out there. So literally I kick a ball. He comes over, spins one, kicks one, like a 50-yard field goal, makes it.
Yeah,
it was insane.
athlete.
It was absolutely insane. Just spinning the ball, makes it. Brand new football, too. Should not have went that far. No problem. He makes it. And then just like a ball just gets thrown and then gets thrown back. All of a sudden, I'm playing catch with Odell Beckham Jr. Oh, this is sick. Okay? So let's go ahead and miss a little high here. Let's just, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And it was I got to see and experience it, and obviously everybody else was watching as well. And it was this guy's winning a game of catch right now just because of how filthy he is. Hands.
Yeah.
So big.
Yeah.
Just outrageous talent, what he was able to do football. Obviously, that catch is what everybody's going to remember him for in the biggest market and the biggest game and everything like that. But he was explosive for a long time, AJ, OBJ.
He was crazy competitive, too. That's what you remember, how that dude would compete with anybody going back and forth. And, for young kids, everyone, I don't know how many generations it'll go, but you make a one-handed catch, it's no OBJ. Even 6-year-old kids now, they say that.
Joining us now is a man that might be changing how we call things forever as well. He's a rookie in the NFL. He's already leading the NFL in a lot of different categories. He's been a player of the month already. There's talking about him being the favorite for the offensive rookie of the year. And coming out of Ohio State, there wasn't a lot of fanfare about him because this guy doesn't care, just likes the ball. And they love him in Tampa Bay. Ladies and gentlemen, the explosive Amecha Egbuka. Yeah! How are you, dude?
What up? How you guys doing? I'm doing good.
Hey, we're great. Thank you so much for joining us. Are you an Adidas athlete?
I am. I'm an Adidas athlete.
Bro, they're giving money to everybody. They're trying to get into football. It feels like Adidas is trying to get into football for real. And we appreciate that Adidas is getting in, Nike's in. And I think Adidas is saying, we picked the right guy here in you. Let's chit-chat about how this has gone thus far from our perspective, okay? A.J. Hawk, obviously Ohio State legend, much like yourself. He has a tree on campus. You certainly will have a tree on campus at some point. And you might be the president of Ohio like A.J. Hawk was a couple years ago. But at Ohio State, you're always like the number 2 wide receiver or number 3 wide receiver that was in topic of conversation. Always did your job, never bitched at all. I think AJ actually said Amecha Egbuka, whenever he gets into the NFL, is going to be a guy. It has certainly been that. Do you think your journey through Ohio State, how it went, has prepared you for this type of situation being in the NFL? And have you always been like the most mature guy of all time, basically, to handle all of these things?
To the first part of your question, yeah, I think Ohio State has made me ready for my NFL career in a lot of ways. I think something that the wide receiver room at Ohio State prides ourselves on is, having 3 wide receiver ones at any given time. So we have all the ability to be able to dominate any given game. And we're all super confident in that ability. And just being in that room for so many years and competing with those guys day by day just made me into such a better football player. That was part of the reason that I went to Ohio State, was because, I was a 5-star top 10 recruit, number 1 wide receiver in my class, all that type of stuff. And, could have gone anywhere. Bama, Clemson was hot at the time when I was coming out. But I wanted to go to Ohio State because I knew that receiver room was special. And I needed to be, I wanted to grow my ability and not just see the field right away. I knew I needed to actually push myself because I have, big goals for my future in the NFL.
See, that's a super mature way of looking as a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. So that goes back to the end of my thing. Yes, you've always been mature throughout it all. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, in that receiver room, we always hear about Brian Hartline. So I actually played with Hartline. I knew firsthand that guy is an absolute stud on the field, and as a recruiter and a coach he is. But what separates him and Ryan Day, you think, as coaches that kind of continues? We know everybody has talent, but you guys just continue, 3, 4, 5 deep. It doesn't matter who they could throw to at Ohio State. You guys are going to get it done. Like, what separates them, do you think, as coaches?
I think a lot of the success that you see from the Ohio State receivers is a reflection of Coach Hartline's mentality. And it's not that he made us that way, but he recruits like-minded individuals, people who are perfectionists and, want the most out of their career that they can get. And in some senses, Coach Hart kind of expects more out of you than you expect of yourself sometimes. So he believes in all of us and all of our ability to be able to succeed and do everything that we want to do. And he puts so much into coaching us and making us know what we need to know to go out there and execute.
That was at Ohio State, and then now at Tampa Bay. I think Baker said you said something during the spring that blew his mind. He's like, wait a minute, this might be a guy. You've been one of his go-tos, and there's some stats that Hembo sent us over, and you have 2 50-yard catches, only wide receiver with more than 1 thus far in the season, 7 25-yard catches. That's most in the NFL. At 5 touchdown catches, average 33 yards. I mean, you are explosive in every facet, and you make insane catches look very easy, and you're always open. It's not supposed to be like this for rookies in the NFL. It's supposed to be the grown man's league. You're supposed to struggle a little bit. Instead, we're seeing the best football from you and also the best football from Baker, but they're not the only ones. AQ has a question for you as a former Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneer.
Yeah, I played with Chris Godwin and Mike Evans down there. How has having them in the room, veteran leaders, as well as Baker, helped you transition in your rookie season?
It's been super instrumental in my success. Obviously, the reason part of the reason I was the first round pick is because of my natural talent and my ability that God gave me. But just the confidence that they put into me, just really on the mental side of things, just making sure I know my job. They always have an open ear for me to ask any question. I'm a big question asker, so I probably annoy them with how much I ask, but they're always ready to answer and give me the real. And they just pump so much confidence into me. Like Mike is a dude who's constantly in my ear telling me, you were built for this, you can do this, you were made for this, like, you're that guy. And, like, just having someone like that, a Hall of Famer who believes in you to that type of level, just makes you go out on the field and really, ball out and do what you were made to do.
You're certainly doing that, and believing in yourself and believing in your team is potentially why you guys have 4 fourth-quarter comebacks this season to start the year. The culture there is seemingly great, especially with what you just said about Mike Evans relaying to you, a man who could potentially take the mantle of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers wide receiver for the next 15 years like Mike Evans has been able to do. No pettiness, no jealousy. Instead, it's complete opposite, gassing you up. I love that. And your quarterback has been doing the same thing except for in one particular time. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Mecca, a couple weeks ago, Bake, and Pat mentioned it, you've had, like 1 to 2 highlight reel catches almost every single week. But a couple weeks ago, you had a sick one-handed catch. And I think we got some audio of Baker basically telling you, like, hey, Rook, use 2 hands, okay? You're making my ball look less pretty by making a one-handed catch. At this point now, a couple weeks removed from that, have you gotten – you have carte blanche now where it's basically like if Bake's going to throw it to you, it's like, hey, Bake, shut up. I'm going to snag this thing, and there's a good chance I'm going to score. How has that gone?
Nah, I mean, our relationship is great. If you guys get a chance to talk to him, you can ask him. But like ever since that, sometimes I'll just one-hand something in practice just to look at him and laugh. But no, we have a great relationship. It's all, we're joking around, we're having fun, and that's really what it's about at the end of the day. Like we're having fun playing football, and in the high stress situation, in the lives that we live, sometimes you can lose that a little bit. Obviously, winning is the most fun thing, but just to be able to ball with your boys like you used to is something that we really enjoy. So,
did you enjoy Baker in that Seattle Seahawks fan? We loved it. We loved the little sauce that he still has.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was balling. I'm from Seattle, so it's been a lifelong dream of mine to play in that stadium, and to have a guy like that go out there with some fire and talk to the historic fan who's always there at the opposing tunnel. It just got the whole team going, and obviously his performance speaks for itself, and he's just a baller.
Don't wake him up, I think is the thing. And I talked about this yesterday. It's like teams might need to send out like emails to season ticket holders and people that are going to be there like, hey, we just don't talk to the quarterback.
Don't echo Bake.
Yeah, actually bring signs pro Baker.
Yeah.
Baker, welcome to town. Great to have you. BYU was doing that at WVU. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
They're making them ice cream and singing their songs.
Wow.
We went out there. Then they beat us by 50. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Good ball club.
Very hospitable, as is Ohio State. We don't have to get into it. We got a number 1 wide receiver in the country saying, I want to go to that place because there's other number 1 wide receivers. I'll tell you what, West Virginia would die to have that. We'd really enjoy to have that type of situation happening in our particular locker room. Now, let's talk about you and football, your football life. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, Mac, you talked about your upbringing in Seattle. I think I heard on the broadcast about your spectacular baseball career growing up. You won pitch, hit, and run, started getting college offers pretty early, and then after COVID, I believe, a couple seasons were canceled, you committed, I guess, fully to football. How was that decision made? Obviously, it worked out. You said you were a 5-star number 1 wide receiver in the country coming out as well, but how did that, final decision, how did that work out to be just straight football?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was less of a decision and more of just like baseball just finding its way out of my life. I love the game of baseball. Still miss it from time to time, but I played my freshman and my sophomore year in high school. Then COVID hit. My junior year was entirely canceled. I played for a select baseball team in the summer. All my summer tournaments were canceled, and then senior year rolls around, and I early committed to Ohio State. I could have played baseball at Ohio State. I had the opportunity. I talked to the baseball coach and everything, and once I got there, kind of got a grasp of the football schedule. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stick to one sport.
How old were you when you started getting those offers? I saw a report online. It was AI Overview, and they said 8 years old.
Baseball?
Yeah, I don't know how true that is, but
you must have been hitting
how early
balls.
did you start getting offers?
Nah, I don't think I had any official offers when I was 8, but football offers started coming in when I was 14. And then, from those various schools who offered me for football, I would get in touch with their their baseball coaches as well and kind of chop it up. But, you know, at high school and on my travel tournaments and stuff like that, I had MLB scouts in there and stuff there. So it was pretty cool at a young age.
Yeah, we assume it would have worked out if that would have happened. Can I ask you about your junior, senior year being COVID years? Because we talk about your generation. I want to let you know that our show, I'm 38 years old. We got everywhere from 24, 25 to 41 on our show, basically is our range. And we had a vastly different life, obviously, than the group right after us growing up. But your generation, the COVID high school life forming, friendship forming, societal interaction forming years just kind of taken away from you. Like, do you look back on those years? Like, what do you take away from those? Baseball ends up out of your life. I don't know about like homecoming and prom and like all the things that also got taken away. But do you just try not to think about it? Or do you have like, you look back on it and say like, well, it was actually good for me because of this? Like, is that how you try to spin it? How do you kind of view it? Because you're the first person from that generation that I'm getting to ask this question. So know that whatever you say, I'm going to take with me for the rest of my life. Okay, no pressure.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody. You know, everyone has their own experience and everything like that. For me, you know, COVID was strange at first. They were kind of really strict on all the rules, and you know, wear your mask everywhere, and you can't travel to other people's houses. So like, I remember I was locked up in the house for a little bit, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I was just doing school from home and everything like that. But kind of as we got a grasp of what it was and got an understanding of it, for me personally, like my schedule was all the way messed up in COVID. Like I didn't have to sleep. Go to sleep early to go to school and everything like that. My schedule, like I still remember it to this day. I would wake up at like 11 or noon, and then I would go to my first workout, which was wide receiver training with my wide receiver coach. Come back, get some lunch, then I'd go to lift, come back, do my homework, and then like from there on, I was like, you know, on the game, playing Call of Duty with my friends and stuff like that, just staying up like all hours of the night because I didn't have to wake up for school. So like my schedule was definitely a little messed up, but I spent a lot of time like playing football. Like I really did. I spent so much time playing football. Like I didn't have to go to school. I was meeting with my wide receiver coach every day, honing my craft, getting strong in the gym. Like that was the strongest I was during COVID. Like I came in my freshman year and, you know, I was benching, I don't know, I did like 225 for 14, like as a freshman, just coming in, like just knocked them out. And obviously I got stronger throughout my college career, but like I was strong when I came into Ohio State.
You're a professional athlete in the offseason through COVID. Yeah, I'm a game a little bit. Yeah. You guys keep it down, got a big one, and like maybe some popcorn as well. You know, and then wake up at 11. All right, let's get the first workout in of the day. Let's go work on some technique. Let's go ahead and get a lift in. Oh, we got to do school, they said. Got an email here. All right, I'll take this test. Let me go through this.
Because like when I went to Ohio State, they didn't require any ACT, any SAT. Like none of that was required to actually get into school. So like, you know, I kind of just
That's
had
interesting.
my offer.
Ohio State, huh?
That wasn't Ohio State. Thing. That was
Oh yeah. Okay, now it all makes sense. Yeah, we got professional athletes coming out of COVID, benching 225 14 times. No ACT, no SAT. Come on in here. Yeah, we got all the number ones that we need. Jeez, Ryan Day's doing it right over there, and so are you, man. It's been an honor to watch you, honestly. Learn about your story more and more, and then watch you just kind of dominate the NFL while also doing that in college. I think you have multiple Ohio State records, but you were never the one that was being like heralded. So you literally just had to sit there and watch your best friends get a lot of shine, and just kind of go through it. I'll block downfield. I'll do whatever I got to do. And now you're in the NFL, and you're the superstar, dude. You've earned it. You deserve it, and we're happy for you.
I appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Adidas picked the right one, man, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yes, they did. Hey, if you know anybody at Adidas, let them know. We love ball, too. We love ball, too. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Amecha Egbuka. Yeah. Let's head over to Hammer. Dahn. What does he have? He has the most yards in Ohio State history. Is that what Amecha Egbuka's record is?
I think it's most receptions and yards. If I had to
200 and some receptions, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And AJ, he was literally, we had Jackson Smith and Jigba, Marvin Harrison Jr., and
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson in there that entire, they were the ones.
JSN too.
Yeah. They were the ones. Boom.
Oh,
the
you
whole
said that.
time.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
McLaurin
Obviously,
in there too.
You're in Hammer Dahn time.
I heard it was the first one. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry McLaurin maybe before he
Maybe
got
before him.
Olave.
Yeah, they were.
Olave, maybe.
But he was never the guy that was talked about. So it's like, this guy's a superstar, but he's not the guy. So I guess we just won't talk about him. And he didn't care, AJ. You got to love that as an Ohio State Buckeye alumni. Like, that's what Ryan Day's selling almost, and they're actually living up to it. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it is. And people internally, and you talk to any coaches or anyone affiliated with the program, they would tell you about Amecha always from the jump, from when he got on campus. So yeah, he was a special kid from the beginning. But yeah, it's they got a good thing going there, I'd say, in the receiver room. Hopefully they keep it going.
I'll never forget it. I woke up around 11 noonish, I guess. Have a little breakfast.
Pretty nice.
Awesome situation.
Incredible.
Have a little breakfast. Me and my wide receiver coach. There's a lot of negatives.
Yeah, there are.
From
There
that
are.
era. But from a strictly become a professional athlete standpoint,
Sure.
There's some positives out of this thing. Working with your wide receiver coach every single day, getting like that attention and detail, then lifting every single day because the games weren't happening. So literally, the amount of motivation that these coaches can say to them too, like, how are you going to work versus everybody else? Like, everybody else is kind of in the dark right now. We don't know what anybody has because of games. We're not seeing public workouts. We're not seeing group workouts. So the motivation is just very much like, what are you doing today that nobody else is doing? And it feels like he's a guy that's like everything, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to do absolutely everything. Way to take advantage of a situation.
Just locked in. It probably wasn't just him. It was probably other good receivers and probably DBs in that area. And they probably had their games at, because what was that, the fall? So they probably,
I don't know. I was going to say, knowing how it was with Seattle, like I bet it was probably pretty strict up there.
Seattle was like first one. Remember, XFL game, there was the nacho stand.
That's right. Seattle Dragons.
The Seattle
But
Dragons.
he said his baseball season was canceled. They obviously didn't have any games his junior or senior. He didn't. So I assume he played those football games because he was 5-star.
He left early, though, didn't he? Didn't he leave early?
Enrolled early, yeah.
I don't know. I hope they had a season, but there was a lot of talk about no seasons. And Washington was certainly a state that, in my mind, I naturally think harsher restrictions.
Definitely.
Some teams played like 3 or 4 games, too. I know some senior classes got like 2-3 games. They got screwed.
Remember Trey Lance? He played what, like 5 6 games or whatever it
like
was?
2 years.
Out there because of the COVID. So, whatever. The fact that he was able to get through all that and become the person he is, it's like incredible in between the ears, which is all anybody's looking for. If you have the special talent and you're in between the ears, you're different, you're going to be a guy. Baker's down there killing it. Mike Evans, what a great mentor. Chris Godwin, dog, he'll go across the middle anytime.
Sterling Shepard now is kind of like a revival of his career after leaving the Giants down there.
And then on the defensive side, you got Vita Vea, who will anybody in the league okay, for you. And then obviously Levante David now is making no-look diving interceptions. The Buccaneers might be team of destiny this year.
They might.
They might be.
They got a good team.
Tristan Wirfs back.
Wirfs is back. They're going to get healthy.
Back in the fold. Yeah, Bucky, Mike Evans get back in there.
Before we go off of ESPN, a couple of stories we got to hit. North Carolina football team's had a tough couple of weeks, days, months.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Good way of putting it.
It's awful.
It's been pretty
Feels like it.
It feels like there's nothing good. That first drive.
Oh, man. Never take it from him.
We were down there. It was going. Petey Pablo's up there. Didn't even perform. Didn't need him to. Just showed his face. Place went crazy. Come on, North Carolina. Raise up. And we all immediately almost like took our shirts off and spun around in our head just like a helicopter. Place is going crazy. Well, then the other team got the ball at TCU.
Yeah.
And then they just continued to just beat the shit out of the team. And then what happened from there forward is the same thing. And then it's not just on the field where they're getting kicked. It's every angle off the field as well. Hey, did you know this? Did you know this? People are saying
I wish they wouldn't have. They canceled the doc for the Hulu doc. I wish that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, but what if it's supposed to be a 3-year doc? And, it's like a long-term process build. All I'm saying is, as somebody that obviously worked with Michael Lombardi and Bill Belichick last year, Michael Lombardi the last few years, he's been a good guy to us.
For sure.
But, boy, I guess these agents and players and everything are saying a different story. We think they still got time, but, boy, it is loud outside down there.
Yeah, as someone who grew up idolizing Bill Belichick, this is basically the worst possible scenario on how this could have gone as a fan of his. I don't know if somebody is, kind of doing this to, like, make it seem like it's terrible. If that's the case, maybe they should say something.
Oh, you're saying maybe there's a little bit of
if there is some
work.
Yeah, if there is some, because obviously Bill made a few enemies over his time in New England. It's just one of those things like, hey, someone's got to come out and say this isn't true because everyone who was a fan of him kind of is losing it a little bit when it comes to that.
And we'll continue digitally. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh, I forgot what day it was. Right there. It's Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah. Just so we're all clear.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday.
Thank you. Shipley's here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
AJ Hawk's here.
Yes.
See?
He's here every day of the
So
week.
it's Monday or Thursday.
Oh, that's
because he's on the wall and I'm here, so it's not Friday.
Exactly.
So that gave 4. This is like a guess who game. Like AJ Hawk is here. He's
Who's
not
on
in the
first?
stadium,
Okay,
so it's not Friday.
It's a good game.
There's no game tonight. Okay, so it's not Monday or Thursday.
BA's not here. Not Tuesday.
See, I haven't got to that point yet.
Fair.
I haven't got to Tuesday's Bruce Day, BA Day.
Thursday was Chuck's Day.
Bingo.
So
Because McCarthy. So I still think that my brain hasn't bought in completely. You are the outlier, though. I should have looked over and saw you and said, hump day.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's what I should have said.
Yep.
What's that reference?
Well, just like right now.
I look like a hump.
No, your head.
No,
your gut.
Wednesday.
What do we mean?
Well,
gut?
I figured that. I mean, I'm talking about
big, broad shoulders. You got broad shoulders.
I'm talking about the trophy for
the trenching.
For the trenching.
What is happening?
No, I'm talking about how we look just right now. It looks like there's a hump.
That was
humped over a bit.
Yeah, humped over. Peacock Day. Wednesday.
Go posh.
What day is it, Mike? Hump Day. You remember that?
Oh, yeah, Geico? Come on.
Mike. Yeah. That was a good episode. Good commercial. I'm sorry. Good segment. Have I seen a lot of, what's that guy's name?
Mayhem?
No, Stephen Hawking. I've seen a lot of him.
There's been a lot of Stephen Hawking out there.
We got to stop.
Michael Cole's calling these things. Michael Cole's calling these things.
We got to
Some
stop.
of them fool me. Some I think are real. I cover the Michael Cole ones.
I talked about that we showed the Karen Lacey video on Monday that was made publicly available. Millions of people saw the video. It's like, hold on. Feels like everything we were told about this is potentially different. And then 2 days later, the state police go like, hold on. There's actually full context. We thought we had more context, full context. And then we find out there's even more context here. It's like, that's kind of in live daily show stuff. And as more things are made available, obviously we will reference them, especially in something like this situation. But like in real time right now, being live show host with what AI is and what's possible with just like literally the click of a button on your phone, it's Wild Wild West right now out here. So whenever you hear somebody from like a legal standpoint say, hey, this is what this is, we think, oh, we can believe it, this is what it is. And then the state police literally 2 days later go, hold on, this is not what this is though. And that's just in a very serious, that's legal and state police people. The rest of the internet, I mean, I don't know how we're ever going to be able to tell what is.
There's no stopping it. There's no guardrails you can
there.
do at this point. It's out there and it's not going to get rolled back. It's only going to get better.
So all you really need though, and we've lived this through the internet era, is all you need is a basic editor on your phone now, and you can turn something, just a couple words change, and it looks legit. And that narrative of that message might be completely different. And then people see that, and then they set their agenda to that, and their narrative to that. And then the ripple effect, the butterfly effect I get of just one of these things and the carry it has. And we're not saying that we aren't a part of, I mean, we all, anybody that's on the internet right now is kind of a part of it. But it's a wild time of like, we have to get context on shit for everything, and literally everything. And I know Stephen Hawking passed away, one of the smartest man, he's dead. But if somebody didn't know that, there's a video yesterday, I saw him going off the top rope with Michael Coulson and Stephen Hawking's flying through the air.
Doing 2 backflips in the X Games, dropping into a half pipe.
I mean, unbelievable. Yeah. The detail, and then to have Michael Cole, like, hey, need Michael Cole to voice this over. No problem, we got him. And people are just chopping this in, and it's...
MLK, I mean, I saw MLK, he doesn't have dreams anymore.
I am the dream.
Yeah.
Gotta leave MLK alone.
Well, Tupac and Biggie came out there in WWE.
Do you think Michael Cole has any idea what he's a part of right now?
I sent him the one. I sent him the Stephen Hawking one. I'm like, bro, why'd you say this? And I sent it. And he goes, what? And then LOL. Is that where we are with technology or something like that? It's like, we're just at the very beginning of this entire thing.
Well, that's the thing, is like right now people are just doing it to like show Stephen Hawking winning an X Games gold medal, but you know, at a certain time it's going to be like, okay, we can actually kind of, you know, like put some people in some really bad situations, mold some narratives here, and it's going to be very hard to.
We have to somehow that has to get figured out, especially whenever you talk about like high school, college people who are still they're growing up in this area, and it's like we get got so like
easy.
I couldn't even imagine. I don't know how we play defense against it. We certainly have to. We will try our absolute best to be a part of the solution. We promise you that. Now, granted, are we part of the problem? Certainly. And that's day to day with what we're operating and seeing. But we think as a whole, we should be a part of the solution. And we're going to try to do that.
Yeah, makes sense.
We all agree?
Yeah.
Team on me, team on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Team.
Yep. All right, we'll be back after this, wrapping up. Obviously, this glorious Hump Day Wednesday. We got.
Can't do the arm. You can't do the arm.
I mean, what is happening?
You can't do the arm.
Just give him full context. We got a hump right over here. He's from
You're gonna
Phoenix,
remember that one.
Camelback Mountain.
Oh, there it is.
That's what I'm doing.
no. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I love those mountains over there.
Yeah, of course.
I love that. I love the way it is over
I
there.
feel like I'm taking a lot of ricochet shots right now.
It's not ricochet, I don't think, right?
Well, it started with that, and then I think Ty said your gut. And,
yeah, that was a ricochet. That was a ricochet.
I was just trying to infer. I didn't know.
Yeah, Ty, I don't think that was ricochet either. That was definitely a cold-blooded shot from Ty.
Oh, I love it.
Right across the
I'm the
top.
strongest I've ever been, so keep the shots coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got a pretty little strong husky over here right now.
I'm also the largest I've been in 3 years, so.
You doing any science? You doing any science or no?
Not right now.
You need to try it. It's
tough.
I'll tell you. You need to try the science. It's great.
I know.
I feel like
AQ,
I'm going to
did
live
you
forever.
stop working out? Did you stop working out in the basement, AQ?
No, I'm still doing it. I just
Oh, you're just bulking up.
just don't eat very healthy right now.
You remember he was spending like 6 hours. Oh, I'm a chef. Remember he was doing that? Because
Oh, yeah.
he does
So dumb.
fancy himself a good cook, which he is. He is actually good cook. Will take time to cook shit. Will go to cities, call on behalf of himself, by himself, to go see some chef's kitchens
Good
so that
gimmick.
he can kind of
Good
see.
kitchens.
Has respect for the kitchen game. Every Super Bowl, he's a part of the chef off. Like AQ. NFL player who loves cooking things. AQ Shipley's here doing the chef off. So he does like cooking. But whenever he was like in his thin AQ days, he spent like 5-6 hours on Sunday meal prepping, and we had to get photos of him fucking cooking the same meat every week. I tried new spice this week. I did this. And I appreciate you doing that for the good of yourself. But how much happier are you now?
Whew.
Yeah.
Real happy.
We saw it.
Yeah.
We saw it. Like Marshall Yonda. Maybe
No way he's happy right now.
I don't know. Maybe he is. There's some people that are like that. Like Anthony Costanzo, he was force feeding himself whenever he was a left tackle. So I think him in retirement, I think he's like happy that he doesn't have to eat a bunch. But man, if you're a big guy who likes to eat, which normally big guys like to do, that's why they're big guys. It's tough. You become miserable when you don't eat.
No doubt. And I'm at the point right now where you don't realize this is the funny thing, right? Like when you're in meetings and your brain is always engaged, like your metabolism is always rolling, right?
Yeah.
When you're not in meetings, you don't have the stress of games, you don't have the stress of practice, you don't have the stress.
You're wearing Crocs all the time.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, exactly. And now I don't have that, and my metabolism's not quite as good as it once was.
I'm saying now with the Crocs, the metabolism's going down.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I knew.
Those camo?
What are you wearing today? These aren't Crocs.
Those things are sick.
Basically, things are sick.
Velcro.
Can't even see them.
What are they?
Cam Hanes Speedlands.
Oh, sweet. You Under Armour then?
Remember, I had the Oak Blood once. Now we got the camo.
Yeah.
You can't even see them.
We can't.
Don't they like click? You like click them, right? They don't even tie. They're like a different.
Yeah,
fit.
boa. They got the boa on. There it is. There's the boa.
Sweet. I love no ties.
What the?
Those are really cool, man.
Space age technology.
33?
So those are called Speedland?
Speedland, yeah.
Can you shoot a hoop? Can you shoot basketball with it?
Sure.
Dunk with those on. You kidding me?
Yeah, I'll be.
Are they for like
I'll
running
rebounding
trails
all
or
day.
what?
Yeah, that's what they're for.
You're running trails in those things?
People do. I'm not.
All right, I don't know. Hey, I wouldn't mind running some trails.
Come on.
So
I'll
like
get you some Speedland.
Where
Will you wear them?
Where Tony and I grew.
They're better than some of those shoes over there. We already had that talk.
I don't.
There was one.
It's a good lineup over there.
There was one that was.
Oh yeah, it was one.
There was one.
Was one. Those colors.
Those were a gift.
Oh yeah.
We're not talking about that.
right there.
We're not talking about
Yeah.
that. I
Can we
forgot.
show those, please?
I already eliminated those from my mind, and you will not see those amongst the others over here. Okay, you will not see those ever. Okay, let's just move along. Where me and Tone grew up, though, woods in between streets. So mine down at the bottom of the hill, of all the hills in a hilly town. So it did a lot of woods walking, to get to people's houses, school, and everything like that. I had no idea that's what people call hiking. Like, my wife was like, we're going to go hiking on, like, a big hike. I was excited. I'm like, I've never gone hiking before. And then we go out to the woods, and we just start fucking walking through the woods. I'm like, this is walking through the woods. No, we're hiking right now. I'm like, I grew up doing this. Literally, I've gone hiking 10,000 times if that's what we're doing right here. Those shoes right there, downhill, roll ankle. I'm already seeing it.
Nope.
Yeah, downhill,
Not a doubt.
roll ankles. Because, experienced hikers going downhill is a certain thing. You're going down sideways, you're doing quick feet. Those things, you're done.
No chance.
Those are not speed bands. Those are broken ankle
look,
bands.
Look how wide the footprint is. Look how wide it is. All these new shoes, the new Nikes, the new Brooks, the new everything. Super narrow, super narrow. That's why all these ankles are rolling. This one, wide.
Oh, so you're saying we got good grasp of the ground whenever we're hiking through the woods in our speed bag.
Are those waterproof? Can you get in the creek with those?
Well, see, in Arizona, it doesn't take water very well. So when it rains, it basically floods the whole city. Last week, I thought they were waterproof. I walked, my whole foot was wet. Didn't do anything. Whole foot was wet.
So you just thought they were by looking at them that they were?
These things got to be.
I mean, they're for hiking. Doesn't it rain?
That's fair.
Dry hiking, maybe.
Yeah, you're trying to walk through the woods. You're not trying to walk through the mud and those things. Speaking of, we got some rain out here.
Is it raining?
It's raining, all right.
Let's get to a break.
It poured all day here yesterday.
What the fuck just showed
The
up?
hell's this guy doing?
Let's get to a break.
Who's there?
I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. I do not. There's just somebody. Just know now is not the time to be showing up here uninvited. There's a lot of things in this Thunderdome. Okay, there's a lot of things in this Thunderdome right now. There's been a lot of things said. Some people in here, so maybe we did bunker the house a little bit here at the Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm. We're all carrying.
Look at this fucking guy, man.
Precisely what Tone just said. We'll be back on the other side. What the fuck is going on?
I have no idea.
A lot of balloons. There's a lot of balloons out there.
How did this happen?
Somebody's birthday
Is that
today?
Skarsgård out there?
Could be.
Could be Bill Skarsgård
Yeah,
out there.
congratulations.
Yeah, Bill
Good to see you.
Skarsgård driving a brand new 2002 blue Kia. You gotta love it. Still classy.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change your life. We're going to go figure out what the fuck's going on here. We'll see you on the other side. We got Inside the Trenches, top 5 performing offensive lines. We got everything DB, good D, bad D. We got some things to celebrate, some shit to make fun of, and some storylines to cover. We'll see you in about 5. Take 5.
5.
A choke is not if the other team does something great to you. A choke is you have to have contributed to it. Without what you did, you would have won. They had the game no matter what the Patriots did.
An 11-stroke swing on the final day. Greg Norman down in flames. Nick Faldo wears the green jacket.
Yankees 04, just losing a 3-0 lead. It's unprecedented and hasn't happened since.
There have actually been a handful of hockey series where a team up 3-0 lost. It's only happened once in baseball.
And never in basketball.
Merkel's boner.
Who's going to get a lot of press this boner conversation.
Up by 15.
16.
Whatever it was. I think it was 15. I called the game.
I was at that game.
You were at the game, but I called the game.
It's been 222 days since we've done this.
$250,000. I didn't expect that third one.
Heard you ran in a CD last night. Is that accurate?
Not falling for it.
Holy fuck. Yeah! Fuck yeah!
I seen him dancing.
Basically naked.
I didn't see that.
Give me my first love. Give me the
Canes, baby.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
It was great, and I really enjoyed it. I passed this torch. I'm doing a great guy.
Coach, I'm kind of...
John Cena, you can't see me.
Oh, yeah! Yeah!
My clone's having a, hell of a first.
That's wonderful to hear.
So we'll make it $300,000.
Gonna go on forever.
Forever!
Yeah.
Forever! O-H! N-O. Boomer! Texas! Well, I want to let you... Okay, we're starting early. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
No, we're still live, Coach. We're still live. He was like, get me the fuck out of here.
Another one of these makes him wear.
Look amazing.
Look, thanks, I appreciate this.
Oh, yeah, Coach Heyman.
Formation's called heavy, of course. I could call it just fat. They actually
Pro Football Hall of Fame nominee, A.J. Hawk. Hall of Famer, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No. Okay.
It'd be news to me that the starting quarterback's been figured out.
Okay, so that has not been announced.
I'll go down and tell our staff right here.
Oh, no. Oh. That was pretty profound what you just said right there.
Oh, shit.
It's also a great day to live in the greatest country on earth, the United States of America. Thank you.
Hi, how's it going? My name's Pat McAfee. Used to hold balls for Adam Vinatieri. Now I'm in his home state. College game day is absolutely electric in Brookings.
College game day has made the voyage to Brookings, South Dakota to experience a game with the best fans in college football. I unfortunately cannot attend because I have a game this Sunday, so I sent a man I trust to make my picks. A man who is my holder for almost a decade. Please be nice to him. Welcome this week's celebrity guest picker, Pat McAfee.
Go big, go blue, go Jacks.
Hosting Auburn. Yes, everybody saw this. The best fake punt in the world. What do you think, Pat?
I absolutely loved it all the way up until execution time. That is not one we like to show in the brand headquarters and punting and kicking world.
Oh, dance off. Oh, let's get weird. Yes. Duck that, huh?
Bang! Right off the top of the dome. That makes it a lot easier when you got a dummy standing right in front of you like that.
Running. He's High Daniel Russo.
Wax on, wax off, knee to the face.
Yes. Serious.
Go. Yes.
These teams stink. With that 15, they celebrate by doing shotguns. And I'm a big fan of that. I'm going with the University of Virginia Cavaliers. That was great. Whoa! I will never, ever in the history of my life bet against that ball. Oklahoma State is the winner here because I'm mad. Not so fast again.
But I'm going with Trey.
Please excuse my dumb friend Kirk. Look at this crowd. They've been out here since 4 a.m. College game day comes to town. They lose their mind. The population of this state is about 800,000. And when the Jackrabbits take the field, they're alongside all 800,000 South Dakotans. The Dakota marker was in Fargo for far too long. Today, 5 o'clock local time, the Dakota marker is back in beautiful Brookings, South Dakota. Adam Vinatieri School. They might be the Jackrabbits, but they're the GOATs today. Ladies and gentlemen, South Dakota State with the win.
Give me everybody to that. No. Don't do that. No. Leave. Coach.
He has the
No. It's electrifying here in Happy Valley. We're lucky to be here. And, the way you win this is you have be the first 300 people here and you get a ticket. And then we randomly select a ticket, and that person gets an opportunity to kick a 33-yard field goal for an undetermined amount of money. This week, we had our man, William, right? What's your name?
William, yes, sir.
You won the raffle, and you said, I don't want to kick because I suck at kicking. Is that accurate?
More or less.
What is your major here?
I'm a finance major.
Okay, so money decision was, I suck at this. Let me try to find somebody who's good at this. How did you land on my man here, and what are your hopes in him?
Well, I was looking around. I saw my man. He said he plays soccer, and I was like, this is my guy right here. My guy Carson. I have faith in him, so I know he's going to get it done.
All right, you're Carson, right? You played high school soccer. Is that accurate?
I did play high school soccer.
Where are you from?
I'm from Hanover, Pennsylvania.
Okay, you're a Pennsylvania guy. Have you ever kicked a ball before?
Other than not football, soccer.
Okay. Well, hopefully you're terrible at this. It's $100,000. Are you guys splitting that 50-50?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll make it $300,000. $150,000 for both of you. Okay? You only get one kick, though. You've gamed the ticket game, which I appreciate and respect. It's up to $300,000, $150 for both of you. Only one kick, though, Herbie. We're not doing anything. I don't care how many staters chant for another kick. Only one, Herbie. Played high school soccer. He's a good player.
We got a problem here.
That's right. It's a whiteout. It could be a special day. You could help out your guy, William, in winning $150,000. One kick, 300,000, two.
You're a good man.
This minute, Carson, congratulations.
You crushed that.
William, way to go. It has been an expensive year out here at the field goal kick. Carson, I'm proud of you, buddy. 300,000, 150 to you, 150 to you. Good finance decisions were made. And the first top 6 whiteout has a magical vibe and an expensive one. We are. Thank you. Goodbye.
I think that might, maybe they should have turned that.
Hey.
What?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. You pig! Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome back to our humble... Relax, AJ. It's What Wednesday. October 8, 2025. Hour 3 of the program begins now. Football is magical. That's AJ Hawk. The Toxic Table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Fresh off a big-time Yankee win last night.
Huge.
Another one tonight. What time?
7:08.
Where at?
At Yankee Stadium.
On?
TBS or FS1, depending on, hopefully TBS if they're smart.
Yeah.
FS1.
Okay, FS1. So, okay, there you go. FS1.
Fox Sports 1 tonight. Blue Jays, Yankees.
Crazy.
Brink of elimination for Aaron Judge, who has a magical night last night. It makes baseball more interesting than I've seen it in some time. Baseball's in a little bit of a run right now. Yankees moving on would be good for the storyline, but Toronto's one of the most signed teams in baseball, and they got people doing Charlie Hustle's slides.
Oh, yeah.
Vlad Guerrero, known for being incredibly fast and great slider.
No, I think he's actually slimmed down. I think he slimmed down quite a bit.
Look at the horse running.
This is just a guy knowing that, hey, we're going to need this run to win this ball game, so I'm going to sell out big time.
He hit a dong right in this game?
Yes, he did. He's hit a homer in 3 straight games.
AJ, do you see this dude, Pete Rosen?
That's right. I'll tell you what, Pete Rose, I heard about Pete Rose my whole life growing up, and watching Pete slide into first base like this is one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't do
It
that.
actually slows you down if you slide into first like that, but it looks great, though.
Yeah,
It's
and
amazing.
sliding into home, obviously good because you got to beat the tag. Good throw there. Could have got him. He's running his ass off right there.
Big time. And it was. That was about as good of a throw as you can have. Maybe a little more cheese on it. But, yeah, I think no one really looks at Vlad like he's some speedster. And I'm kind of thinking when I see him around there and I'm watching it live, like, oh, shit, he's going to throw him out by a wide margin. And Vlad just kept going, and then he hits the Charlie Hustle slide. You know he's going to be safe.
Athlete, dude. Yeah. I respect him. Trying to put the team on his back. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler's here. We're about to have everything DB, good
Yes,
D,
sir.
bad D. How many teams will be represented here?
Teams? Look, it'll be 4 good plays, 2 bad plays.
Okay.
But I think maybe 4 total teams, maybe 5.
What? Oh, so we're doing...
Yeah, we got one on both. We got one on,
Oh.
Okay. Which is a good omen so far.
Okay, it has been a good omen for teams that are not only on everything DB, good D, but also in the trenches, top 5 performing offensive line. AQ Shipley's here. Good to see you, AQ. Joining us live from Hammer Dahn is AP Tone, who's also a credited author for college football space, two-time. We appreciate you, Tone, over there.
Yeah, baby, Tone.
Hey, Tone, it's a big day because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a show that we've been recording in the mornings on Wednesday, but I think it's much better if we do it live. It's another college football convo with Stanford Steve.
Yes,
Steve-O! Good to see you, Steve. A man who has more miles logged in a football season than anybody else. Obviously, we see you working and grinding everywhere. We appreciate you at game day a lot. You obviously bring incredible knowledge and vibes, not only set, but the production room and SVP and everything else you have going on podcast-wise. We appreciate you making time for us every Wednesday. But we think it was a necessity. Don't we think that, Tone? We thought it was a necessity to have at least one weekly college football pit stop, and no better person than Stanford Steve, Tone.
Yeah, college football delivers for us, so we have to deliver for college football and highlight, some of the best games of the weekend.
Stanford Steve, week 7, we're heading to Oregon, brother. And if I had to describe Oregon in one particular word, I'd say far. But if I had to say more words, I say it's beautiful. The trees are tall, and the football team is damn good under Dan Lanning. Indiana also great. What should we be thinking about before we head out to beautiful Eugene, Oregon?
A lot, Pat. There's a ton. Oregon now has the nation's long winning streak at home. Indiana, obviously, with Sig coming in, and this is the game that everybody is pointed to because they want to see him in this kind of environment with Mendoza. The similarities between the head coaches. I mean, look at that graphic there, the win percentage, the wins, conference football playoff appearance, and then the quarterbacks. Both, I mean, a ton of tuds, 16-1 and 14-1 have really verified these two offenses, and they're both transfers. And I think it says a lot about these head coaches of constantly hitting home runs. I mean, we look at the teams. We got 1, 2, and 4 from the preseason, already unranked, and then you got 2 guys that have hit home runs at the portal at the most important position on the field, and that is quarterback. Mendoza's been sensational coming in from Cal, and Dante Moore, another former Pac-12 school, UCLA, coming into Oregon. The idea here is that Indiana's better than they were last year. Is it good enough to go on and win a game against a top 5 opponent? That's the question that remains to be seen. Last year, we waited all year for them to go to Columbus, got their doors blown off. Got into the playoff, went on the road, got their doors blown off. The biggest question to me is how this is going to be different. I look towards the Indiana defense. I believe they're better. They have pros at each level. And Kamara on the defensive line, Fisher at linebacker, and Pons the corner. Sounds like he's going to play. He missed the Iowa game. So is Indiana ready to take that next step? It's a big challenge in Eugene.
You talked about the continuity on the defensive side. All 3 levels there. You talked about the D lineman and Kamara, the linebacker and Fisher, I believe, and then the DB in Pons. They were all Big Ten last year. They all returned. The defensive coordinator, what's his name, Tone?
His name is, I just had it here, Bryant Haynes.
Haynes, he's been with Cignetti for 11 years now. So you're talking about a lot of continuity on the defensive side. I assume they think they've gotten better there. And then you talk about Mendoza. This guy's in the Heisman conversation, maybe number 1 overall pick conversation with this Indiana team, and Cignetti seemingly has a winner. Tone, what did he miss there? What are some nuggets that we need to also think about that maybe Steve didn't hit on as we head out to beautiful Oregon for college game day? Guest picker TBD, I believe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, TBD.
You guys talked about them being, both of them being top 5 in the Heisman conversation. These 2 are number 1 and number 2 in the odds to go number 1 and number 2 in the NFL draft next season. So it's not like you have guys who are great Saturday players and great Saturday quarterbacks, and I'm just going to throw out like Diego Pavia. He is an incredible college football quarterback. Is he going to be in the NFL? Probably. Is he going to be an NFL starter? Probably not. But like these guys,
you don't know Diego Pavia.
I know. I'm just saying there's great Saturday players, but then there's great Saturday players and great Sunday players, and these 2 are projected to be the top 2 as of right now. That can change, obviously. We got a lot of time left there. But, like, as far as these 2 teams go, they don't have any weaknesses. They could both throw the ball. They could both run the ball. They both stop the run. They both stop the pass. Like, there is no weaknesses on either of these teams. I think the difference potentially could be, first and foremost, Autzen. It's one of the loudest stadiums. Will Howard said that last year. It was the loudest stadium he's ever played in. And then also, neither of these teams have any weaknesses. But Oregon has a lot more of those 5-star guys. So will that be the difference in this game?
And that'll be a story for Oregon forever and ever. Amen. They'll have more 5-star guys because of obviously the backing. But what Dan Lanning's been able to build with how far away this place is, honestly, when you get there, it's gorgeous. I mean, they got new buildings being built next to new buildings. So there's like new buildings. Oh, no, not new enough. Let's make new buildings. And that is what it is. It is beautiful once you get out there. But when you talk about how far away it is, and them having to handle the travel for every one of their games, you know, we're listening to James Franklin talk about going to UCLA, Lincoln Riley talking about USC having to travel. It's like, well, we all knew this was going to happen whenever this became the Big Ten, and the ACC is going to have it take place as well. Dan Lanning has never complained about that at all. Dan Lanning is just so locked in. I enjoy the way he operates. I like the way his teams kind of fall in place, and I like the way Cignetti operates too, AJ. This guy is confident. He feels like he has to be the way that he is. I think, and obviously special teams making huge plays is going to be a big difference. You talked about them losing to Ohio State last year. Punt returner, ball will punt, fumble to punt, and then all of a sudden Ohio State kind of turns that thing into what it turned into with them. But Cignetti has this mantra of confidence and attitude that seems like it's going to be able to carry over, AJ. There's a chance that what that happened to them last year isn't what happens to them this year in the big games.
I think it's more impressive in how they have started out this year, coming off last year. Remember, we talked a lot. Hey, okay, Sig's going to have to find a way to reload and do this all over again to continue to be, to bring in the type of guys and to keep the guys there that you need. So, yeah, I'm very impressed. This is a huge game. I mean, obviously for Oregon, but for Indiana, it is like, hey, how good are we? And if we can come back – think if Indiana goes into Oregon and gets a win. That changes the landscape of college football. Completely. Certainly in the Big Ten, which I'm looking at a couple guys. Iowa Hawkeye right here next to Boston Connor, and then a Penn State Nittany Lion sitting down here at the end of the desk. And it's like, wait a minute, Steve. Indiana now definitely in the upper tier of Big Ten football. And the sustainability question has been answered for this year. Then we're going to ask it again next year, just because it's new that Indiana's like this. But this type of stage is good for Cignetti, I think. Anytime they get this opportunity is good for them, Steve.
Absolutely. They just have to be better in this instance. Going back and watching them at Ohio State last year, their O-line really struggled with going on silent count, IDing the defense with Knowles with all those exotic blitzes, especially on third down, and they got roughed up. They couldn't overcome. Ohio State just ambushed them. So I'm interested in that attack, or if they change that plan. I think it's too loud to go on the clap. But when you look at Oregon, I could see them with the pieces they have, how well they played defensively on the road. That's what it comes down to, Pat. When you look at these top teams, I think right now Oregon, Miami, Ohio State are in their own tier because they have shown they can go on the road and their defense dominates. And that's what I want to see out of Indiana. Their defense is better this year, but this is a true test. Shit, if Indiana wins, they should be number one in the country, no?
Certainly, and you've said that about three teams now, and that's because we're so early in the season, but it feels like we've already known about who's who. Nick Roadcap is reporting that Cignetti says, we have a veteran team, and the players have been around the block. They've been in games like this before.
Boom.
Boom. Sig said, we've been there, we've done that. Okay, we got guys that have experienced this before. And our quarterback, he was in a couple big ones last year for Cal, so he understands the moment as well. We're excited about this year's team and opportunity. And I'm sure before this game kicks off, we'll hear more from Sig. And that's a part of Sig football.
Yeah.
And that has made Indiana good. Let's go to another game happening this weekend that I think a lot of people assume game day would be at, because that is just kind of how it goes. The Red River Rivalry, Oklahoma and Texas. Mateer. Steve, what should we be thinking as we head into, down there at the Texas State Fair, one of the big ones?
Yeah, it's all about Mateer if he's going to play, Pat. This whole thing flips on its head if he's going to play. I don't see it, hearing how he just started gripping a ball last weekend. Venables has played games. When he had Dylan Gabriel, he played it off like he was going to play in this game, fresh off a concussion against TCU the week before. That doesn't happen. Last year, Hawkins starts in this game, not pretty at all. Hawkins starts last week, not pretty at all. I know they won 44-0, but you go back and watch the tape against a bad Kent State team, it was not pretty. I still think the biggest difference in this game is Oklahoma's defense. What they are, and in the tops in the country in scoring defense, the different guy in this day and age, NIL, where depth is a factor for everybody and a concern. Oklahoma's got plenty of guys on the D line, and that's what you want in this kind of games. Everybody's going to talk about Arch and that, his struggles. And I get it, 5 picks on the year, but that Sark offense, you got to be able to run the football. They can't run block or pass block. Florida ate him alive, and and then it gets into his head, because then it's 2 interceptions. There's nobody pressuring him, so you could tell he's starting to get the happy feet. To me, it's can Texas score on this Oklahoma defense. I trust Oklahoma more, but it's a rivalry game. The unranked team, when they're playing a top 5 team in this series, has had a ton of success.
Unranked.
But it's up in the air right there. It's there for the taking.
They blow.
If Texas puts it together, but I haven't seen it yet, and I trust Oklahoma more.
That game against Florida was ugly. And if Mateer's playing, this guy is actual Superman. Go ahead, D.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of season left. Is there a contingency plan for Texas at quarterback if Arch continues to stink?
Whoa.
And then on the other side, we thought this Texas defense would be dominant as well. DJ Lagway finally had his best game of the season. What's going on with that side of the ball on Texas as well?
Yeah, Florida's offensive line dominated from the start, D. But they've really had a good attack. Running those zone schemes. I think Ball is a stud as a running back, and Lagway getting Wilson back or starting his first game. I mean, that dude 6'3", 215 as a true freshman. That's a stud. I mean, catching the ball, carrying guys. That was the biggest difference in me. It was Texas that they hadn't seen it from Florida, and credit to Florida. I mean, you just can't put them away. But as far as Arch goes, I believe there's way more concerns on that offense than the quarterback position. And I get it. Everybody wants to talk about the quarterback position, especially with Texas because of the last name. But again, that offensive line has to tighten up. I don't care who's you put another quarterback back there, they're only going to, go backwards because they don't have a chance to succeed. Tighten up the defense and get that offensive line going. Hopefully Baxter's back to run the football. He's an All-American when he's healthy. And the receivers got to separate better. They just haven't had it. I mean, we see how well Golden has done at the NFL level, and he was in this wide receiver group last year. But he's gone, and these guys haven't stepped up. So I don't think there is there's guys obviously on the depth chart, but I think they got to tighten up everything else before they look at quarterback.
Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, Mateer obviously is huge because it is a huge drop-off to Hawkins. But Steve talked about the Oklahoma defense. If it wasn't for Ohio State, this would probably be the best defense in the country, okay? They are, let's see here, make sure I want to get it right, number 2 in points, number 1 in yards, number 1 on third down, number 5 versus the run, number 2 versus the pass, number 2 in sacks and TFLs. Florida sacked Arch 6 times last week. Florida now has 9 sacks on the season. Okay. Oklahoma had 10 sacks against Auburn in one game. They are second in the country in sacks and TFLs. Yes, Mateer Hawkins is huge, but what if Texas doesn't score? Is my point. Now their team total is over 21.5. I would definitely lean towards the under on that unless they've find some fucking magic fairy dust this week and fix all their problems. But it's the Oklahoma defense that Steve has talked about, and I think is definitely probably going to be the defense or the difference in this game because Texas was supposed to be the Oklahoma defense, and they were until last week. Don't know what happened last
Texas
week.
was the Oklahoma defense last year, it feels like. Oklahoma's defense with Venables feels like that was going to be good regardless. Just kind of everybody's thoughts. And then now you pair that offense. Mateer, what is his deal? Dr. Shin?
He's the GOAT.
Dr. Shin did a month-and-a-half long recovery surgery in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Got it back in 2 weeks.
He's a tough son of a bitch.
He ain't playing.
Mateer's a cowboy, brother. Hey, Dad Arbuckle's dad got a fucking belt buckle, won that shit, wrestling steers, okay? That's offense coordinator. Got fucking Mateer getting an opportunity. These boys are tough. Built Oklahoma tough.
That's right.
I believe it.
You know what sucks for the Oklahoma offense?
Texas. Wow.
What sucks for the Oklahoma offense, too, if Mateer can't go, they're 97th in the country in running the ball. So I don't have a lot of confidence in either offense if Mateer's out.
How about Tone saying, are they going to score a point? Now, their over-under is 21.5.
Nuts.
I'm wondering if they're even going to be able to get a first down is what Tone's basically saying because of the D-line. And also, Venables cooks on that back end. There's a lot of moving pieces. They are a smothering defense. Have been for some time. Go ahead, Steve.
This total's 42.5. It's the lowest this century in this game.
Wow.
42.5, the longest in this century.
All right, let's go ahead.
One quick thing, Pat. I worry about Mateer. I get it. Oklahoma hates Texas. I understand that. But this is one game. You got to have that guy for the rest of the SEC season. You can't run him out there and then he's out for the year if he gets dinged up again. I just can't see that happening. win the game with your defense and move on. That's got to be the goal for Oklahoma.
If you listen back to you saying SEC season, you should be proud of yourself. That's a fucking tough one with your accent. My accent as well, it's not easy. And you dropped that thing right in the middle perfectly. You should be incredibly proud. Can't wait for that one. And also, there's a huge one down in the SEC. Obviously, we just had a chance to go down there and celebrate Nick Saban getting recognized for going into the College Football Hall of Fame. Alabama is taking on Missouri. What do we need to know about Missouri is I feel like we told the Ty Simpson and Alabama story last week in pretty good detail, and they get a huge win over Vandy.
Yeah, and all these teams that we mentioned, we've seen them go on the road, and you know we've seen them play against great competition. I don't know what to think of Missouri. Drinkowitz does a great job with that offense. They throw a ton at you in the run game as far as eye candy, but they're 109th in strength of schedule. And you got Alabama coming in who got their ass kicked at Florida State, went on the road and gutted one out against Georgia, and then gutted one out with their defense against Vandy. I mean, you were there. That game was up for grabs, man. Vandy went up and down the field in the first half, and they only came away with, 14 points, 2 turnovers inside the 10-yard line. But that was Alabama taking it away from Vanderbilt, and that was really impressive. So the question to me is, Ty Simpson with this, was it fifth-ranked pass offense, averaging about 325 in the air. What does it look like on the road in an early start versus an unproven team who has a great running back in Ahmad Hardy? He's leading FBS with 146 yards a game. I just don't know what to expect from Missouri. That's the tough thing about this one.
Tom, what do you expect from Missouri in this one?
Yeah, I think it's similar to last week, kind of with Bama and Vandy. It's going to be, can Bama stop the run? Because Vandy came in last week averaging over 200 whatever yards a game, and Bama they held them to a decent amount. Obviously, had the long rushing touchdown to start the game, but Mizzou, great against the run and great running the ball. They are number 1 in the country in stopping the run, and Bama just got their run game going last week with Jam Miller, and then they're number 3 in the country in running the ball. Steve talked about Ahmad Hardy. He's got 700-some yards rushing already on the season, number 1 in the country. So it's going to be, can Bama stop the run, because they're still 88th versus the run? And then that Bama defense, they've only given up 7 points in the last 2 games in the second half. They gave up 7 to Georgia and none to Vandy, if I'm correct. So they've given up yards and points in the first half, but none in the second half. But Ty Simpson is I think, the best player, or the best quarterback. Pribula has been good out of the transfer out of Penn State, running and throwing, but Ty Simpson's been incredible. So can Mizzou stop the Alabama pass game?
Ty Simpson was fun to watch live. He's a leader out there. He's got good energy. He's got good juice. They got athletes all over the place. And shout out to Kalen DeBoer sitting in the pocket, taking all the heat that he took, certainly after the loss to Florida State. And now they look like they're ready to go on a run. That's Isaiah Horton right there, I believe. He is just eye test. Walk by you. Holy shit. I mean, is that a tight end? No, it's a wide receiver. He puts on 10 pounds. He could be tight end. He could be, he is. Everybody looks the part, obviously.
Look like Bama.
It's Alabama, yeah. And they're playing like it, too. Good for them. Hey, a couple other stories around college football that the boys want to ask you about, Stanford. Steve, let's start with a member of the Penn State. We are Penn State crowd. Super Bowl champion, A.Q. Shipley.
Yeah, Steve, you just mentioned Bo down in Missouri, and obviously hindsight's 2020, and maybe they should have kept him based on how Drew Allers looked. But is there any noise right now with Ethan Grunkmeyer maybe stepping in for Drew Aller? Because they're getting ready to play a Northwestern team that beat UCLA. UCLA beat Penn State. They're blaming it on the travel, yet Dan Lanning traveled and won. So, just wondering, just curious about that.
AQ's got questions about Penn State right now.
Okay.
I thought he had the answers for Penn State.
Hey,
Yikes. That's why I thought he was talking.
Hey, that's a good call, Steve.
Yikes.
That's a good call. More problems.
I wish I
not
did.
Solutions. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I got to watch them practice Thursday when I was there, AQ, and he does have the build of Pribula. And everybody goes back to what Pribula looked like when he came in, saved the day against Wisconsin. And then you think about Kotelnicki, where he came from, and Kansas was the best when they had Daniels running that offense. With a mobility and all the misdirection they run, Pribula probably looked better in that system. But then you go back to last week, the offense wasn't the problem. The defense got diced up nonstop. I mean, 270 yards UCLA ran for against Penn State, who I would bet on has every higher-ranked prospect in the matchup when you look at UCLA's offensive line against the defensive line. And the quarterback run killed them, as you saw there with Nico. So I don't know what to think of Penn State because you get what you want. You battle all the way back, and when your backs were against the wall against the top team in the country in Oregon, and then you go out there and look like that against a winless team, they got to tighten up both sides. And that starts with the coaching staff. When you look at it, you got to get this thing ironed out. And what the defense looked like last week, James Franklin's never lost this kind of game at Penn State. 24-point favor on the road. He's never lost those games.
Yikes.
So that all this stuff is first that I think they got to get ironed out, and we'll see.
You think it's going to work out, or what?
Well, I saw the UCLA coach now has as many top 10 wins as James Franklin does.
Oh, Neuheisel's
Jerry Neuheisel's a good
dog
coach.
in there. Okay, the guy found out he was calling plays on Wednesday. Sore. It was the first time. Had to call his dad, let him know, hey, I'm calling plays. He said, this weekend? And he did. And he did a fantastic job. It was one of the greatest stories of college football this past week. And it reminded us all that even if it appears as if you have no hope, no optimism at all, just about to get absolutely bamboozled by greatness, and you are just a sack and a pile of shit.
Jeez.
If that's how everybody is viewing it, you can win. Because UCLA beat Penn State. How many point? 24-point spread?
Yeah.
We should remember this as inspiration. The Cincinnati Bengals won 4 games the year before they went to the Super Bowl. Okay, so every NFL team can say, hey, ass went to the Super Bowl. And if your team is completely out of it already, like UCLA has been since before kickoff of the first game, okay, rude to say, reality of the situation, you can get a win over Penn State. You can get a win over the number 1 team in the country at one point. You can have a promising dub that can change the trajectory of your entire program. I heard UCLA got some more commitments.
Really?
All you need is one of those big. James Franklin actually helping UCLA out all of a sudden out of nowhere, getting these big-time wins. Because UCLA is in Los Angeles.
True.
It is in Los Angeles, as we found out from the Big Ten Media Days last year when Coach took the stand.
Yep.
I mean, it was bad UCLA football. Guys leaving, why can't win there? Well, who's there next? Well, the way he described it is it's in Los Angeles. That was all he really had to say about it. Okay, bad. And then they just smack Penn State around. Just absolutely demoralized.
Well, it ended up being too far of a trip for James Franklin.
Well, I'll tell you what, city of big lights out there, too. There's a lot of stats coming out, but maybe not so much anymore.
Well, yeah.
Which is a bummer. I don't like that.
The question will be, and we'll look back on this moment, is what's UCLA going to do when the Dolphins fire Mike McDaniel and they hire Jerry Neuheisel to be their newest head coach? And then you lose. How are you going to replace that guy?
I don't know. I think you just bring actually Joey Molinaro in there and just tell him to be.
Yeah, and he never left.
Yeah, never left. Just be Neuheisel. I don't know if you saw this, AQ.
Good call.
I got good news for you against Northwestern.
Okay.
You guys are honoring the 90s end zones with the paint job.
Wow.
Remember these days? You remember these days?
Yeah.
LeVar Arrington jumping over people. This was in the end zone.
They should have never changed that end zone. That looks really good.
It does look really good. Now, I don't know what it looked like last week.
Yeah, what's the other one? What's the other one look like?
I asked Bruce. Penn State football tweeted this out. They said we're going to honor or something. Look
at this.
That's what they tweeted. And it was something about honoring tradition, basically, is what they said. There's no real other context. Like, what does it look like last week? And when, what year exactly, and all those things. But we do know it looks cool.
That does look cool. They should keep that. I don't know if they actually had anything in the end zone for the Oregon game. I think it was just blank.
Well, I walked across it, Gump. We walked across it, right? We should have a video, actually.
I'm trying to find the video right now.
Huh.
Is it the iconic white
I think
diamonds?
it was stenciled with blue on the outside. I could be wrong.
What do you mean? The whole entire Penn State?
That's the change?
Yeah, that's a different font. They went different font.
Damn, that's dummy, dog. I love that.
That is dummy, dude. That's lit. They should sell shirts with that.
Goes
Maybe
hard.
make some new merch.
They got new. They're going back to the uniforms too with the white collar.
Holy
no way.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah,
that's sweet. That's what I played with.
Yeah, there's pictures.
White collar.
There's pictures of him in magazines.
That's right.
You know, and white collar good for Penn State too, I think. What was it, a blue collar before? Yeah, right.
It was something. The blue didn't match. I heard the whole story this week. I literally listened to the video.
What was the story?
It was when Russell was making the uniforms. They were trying to make better uniforms. The blue on the collar didn't match the blue of the jersey. So the equipment manager said, hey, just put the white on there. Joe won't even notice. And then Joe approved it.
So Joe knew.
Okay.
No,
Jesus.
about the jersey.
In this case, Joe didn't know.
Yeah.
That's what kind of saying.
Okay.
Big college football slate this weekend. Obviously, we got a big one in Oregon that we're going to be lucky enough to be on the grounds of in the morning, early morning over there. They always show up for us since I've been on the show. It's very cool. Pitch black, cold, probably a little bit of rain. It's like a perfect setting for football. And their crowd, their students show up for us in a big way. Obviously, their mascot is electric. Yeah. I mean, he's going to do something that's going to be a show. There's been live animals, I think, a few different times whenever we've been out there.
What kind?
The duck. Which, Steve, I don't want to have this conversation. There are people listening. Obviously, this is live. Steve's fear of ducks is disgusting. Like,
really?
Think how big Steve is. Think how big he is.
Just kick him in the head, Steve.
Exactly.
I know, but I'm sitting down, and the thing, they put it on the desk right next to me. And the thing's neck is longer than my arm. I don't know what it's going to do, man.
He freaks out. That Aflac
freaks me out.
It ruins his entire...
He just stares at me. He just stares at me, and I got all these guys chirping on the desk at me.
Yeah, so whenever... Look, he is frozen right now. That duck completely froze him. You know, Steve, always good vibes guy. I think that's like one of Stanford Steve's thing. Always good vibes. Even when he's not a part of the conversation, you look over, Steve's in his area. He's either in ear, chit-chatting, saying something, or he's just over there. Good vibes, good vibes. Soon as this duck shows up, bad vibes. Just immediately bad vibes. And it's through an entire commercial break. The Ducks handler, Aflac Ducks handler, is placing it right in front of him, petting it. And Steve is just frozen. Just like, I don't even want to look at it. So he has ears in, nobody else does, so we can talk directly to him, right? Because our mics go to his ears, and we just start like shit talking him. You actually have a fear of these things, though. You actually are scared of that duck?
He was better behaved this year, but last year, as soon as he got on the desk, he was just eyeballing me the whole time, and I don't know. He got in my head.
You've been picking good. How'd you do this weekend? You've been 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
Yeah, 1-2.
It was inevitable.
Steve-o.
It was inevitable. How'd Theo do? How'd Theo's picks do? Do we see?
5-3, I think.
Not terrible.
I guess pickers have been awful. Whoa. They don't have any spread. Like it's bad. Like the best, I think 6-3 is the leader.
Yeah, but this has been a tough year. You've been doing well. It's been a tough year.
I'm just saying. You've been good when you go on the island. Island.
Come on, brother. I was looking for that too. Everybody heard me in production meeting. Hey, is there any picks where everybody's on the same page, please? I'm looking to go the other way. Yeah, we got one here, blah, 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 and then somebody took it. I'm like, all right, sweet. But I'm certainly looking for those.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the way these sports books have been winning, brother. Not just in college. In the NFL, they've been really winning. They've been kicking the shit out of all of us. That's why we'll continue to listen to you. We appreciate the hell out of you, brother. Can't wait to see you in Oregon.
Appreciate you guys.
Hey, how would you describe Oregon?
Green.
I'll see you over there. Ladies and gentlemen, Stanford Steve. It is beautifully green. I mean,
very lush.
You might get a little early fall foliage.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. You land in a postcard over there. Like, getting there long.
Sure.
Okay? It's a long flight over there. But then once you get there, we get there as the sun was rising, and it's like you got there early. The trees are just beautiful. It is. It's majestic. I think that's the only way to really describe it, but it takes a long time to get there. But once you're there,
it's beautiful.
It's worth it.
Is it longer going or coming back?
Going. Coming back, Jetstream. West to east, Jetstream. East to west, you don't know what you're fighting because this fucker's invisible. And it can pop up out of nowhere. You could have a 4.5-hour flight that becomes a 6-hour flight. And on the flip side, you can have a 5-hour flight that becomes a 3:45, 3:50, 4:15 maybe on the way back west to east. You can really steal some time coming west to east.
Okay.
East to west, though, you have no idea what you're into until you get up there. And then all of a sudden it's like, have we moved? Why is this map say we're still in we got an 800 knot headwind or something like that? It's like, did we not know? It just came out of nowhere. Where'd it come from? Well, that's a bigger question. What does happen?
Yeah.
How do these things, But it was cold this morning, AJ. Was it cold over there in Ohio?
Yeah, it was pretty chilly.
Feels like we're starting to get into.
Oh yeah,
it's the best.
Starting to feel. Yeah. Are you guys doing fires over there already? Are we cutting the grass at night?
We love fires. I love walking around and smelling people that have like smelling a fire going on somewhere in the neighborhood. That's the best. Too.
Yeah, a little bonfire smell is always good, isn't it? Oh,
it's the best.
Oh, you imagine just a good little crack of the logs.
Mm-hmm.
Then going inside after being there and being the one that just for some reason the smoke was just blowing directly at the whole fucking time.
Smell like shit for the next fucking 4 days.
The whole fucking time.
Yeah.
How come I just got up and moved to the other side of this fire and this motherfucker just keeps following me here? Sorry, everybody else having a good time. I hope we're all happy here. I'm getting fucking hotboxed by the goddamn fire, but you smell amazing. You do smell amazing. It's that time of year. It's a great time of year. Football is obviously awesome. It provides so many amazing things. There's one particular position in football that rarely gets the credit or the accolades that it deserves. So we have a program and a show here that likes to celebrate the big guys, the overlooked guys, the underappreciated groups of NFL teams. That's why every single week we've been giving out awards for the top 5 performing offensive lines each week in a segment called In the Trenches with AQ Shipley. AQ, let's go and see who are the top 5 performing offensive lines from week 5, top 5 week 5. Number 5, Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. And let me tell you something. Defenses are doing a great job trying to rain on the parade of offensive linemen, but Detroit continues to show up after week 1. Let's take a look at this play right here. We're going to get 3 tight ends after they motion over Brock Wright. We got duo, the best run play in football, in my opinion, because we get downhill and we beat people up. We got double team. Graham Glasgow. Look at that backside cut. Bodies on the floor. Get down the field. 0 sacks allowed for this group this week.
Okay. Well, David Montgomery obviously returning home, playing in front of his sister for the first time in a long time. That was a really cool moment to see. But it feels like Sonic and Knuckles are a great 1-2 punch, but this offensive line is creating holes anybody could run through. Is that kind of the conversation?
We're getting to that point. I mean, listen, they were down Taylor Decker this week, but I love what they did this week with the 3 tight ends. Look at that rock technique by Brock Wright. I love it.
What a cut by Montgomery.
I love it.
So good.
So good.
What were they calling him again, Fox?
Well, week 1, they didn't really show up. So instead of Sonic and Knuckles, they were calling them ass and cheeks, and none of us liked it. But that seems like a really long time ago now, so we don't need to be doing that.
AJ, that's what they were calling them up there in Detroit. They were saying these two.
That's disrespectful.
I agree.
Disrespectful, I feel like, especially with how great they were. So, Foxy, hopefully they continue playing well and they don't go back to that, because that would be a shame.
You don't want them to go back to ass and cheeks?
No, I don't want Foxy's his heart to be broken. I think that would really hurt him.
I think Foxy was a part of the group calling him ass and cheeks.
I mean, I definitely vocalized it a little bit, but yeah, we won't be going back to that.
Foxy said peanut butter and jelly, ass and cheeks.
Exactly.
These guys, we need to get over it. What a cut there by Montgomery. Also, threw a touchdown. Was he a quarterback in high school?
Yes.
Had to be, right?
He was.
I think I heard that during the commentator was saying, like, back in his home city where he was a quarterback, I think he was probably a 5-star quarterback, if I had to guess.
Yep, and he threw a touchdown last year as well.
I hope he wasn't a 5-star quarterback.
Why?
Because he went to Iowa State. That would just been he could have went somewhere, Ohio State, Alabama, something like that.
Iowa.
Maybe. It worked out for him, obviously, but.
Hey, go Cyclones, by the way. They own that state, don't they, football-wise?
2 years in a row.
No, they don't. They're doing good right now, and I want them to keep winning, which is why it breaks my heart, because we need a team from Iowa. You can't be going out and fucking losing to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati's a good football team.
Yeah,
that line felt stinky.
It
felt stinky there for a little while. I was very confused, and Cincy just handled them. Rocco Beck tried to make a run. Let's go back to the top 5 performing offensive lines of week 5. Number 4, the Denver Broncos. Whoa, a lot of talk about their defense coming into the season. Bo Nix another year. Offensive line feels like you are a big fan of them.
Yeah, they're starting to play really well, too, and I think Sean Payton's doing a fantastic job play calling. He is setting up the sequence very, very well right now. And let's take a look at this. We're going to send the fullback in motion, make it seem like we're going to go zone left. Guess what? We're going to bend this back, bring the fullback back, insert. Look at Quinn Miners and McGlinchey on the double team. They brought the fight to Philly. Most physical team, hands down, in this game was the Denver Broncos.
I like that the Denver Broncos offensive line continues to be good. Sean Payton said before he got the job, after he got the job, before he went into the building, we were talking to him at Radio Row at the Super Bowl, and AQ just immediately walks right up to him and goes, "You need to fix that offensive line." And he goes, "I know, it's like my number one thing." Wasn't that his number one thing?
That was the number one thing, and he brought everybody in. They're all new people. Every single person is new from when he got the job.
I appreciate, though, that he understands that the offensive line is going to make or break you. Like, that was the thought. Now, obviously, he gets Bo Nix in the first round, who he likes. He fell in love with throughout the entire combine draft process. But his number one focus, like, we need an offensive line. Feels like you need to have the big boys up front if you want to do anything good. The game is won in the trenches. That's why number 3 performing offensive line from week 5, the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
2-2-1. They got a tie.
They do.
They got a tie. Congrats to the Cowboys. Not a lot of conversation about them and their offensive line as of late.
That one tie could be huge, but let's talk about this offensive line. 4 of 5 offensive line starters down, still ran for 180 yards, and it starts with Clayton Adams. Clayton Adams, if you remember, he was Arizona's run game coordinator a year ago. They had a very good run game. Big loss, goes to Dallas. Guess what? Dallas's run game last year, not very good. Now, very good. He's an instrumental part on why they are succeeding. Look at this trap play. Right up the middle. Again, we just got to get you to the next level. And we break some tackles. Again, you can't control who you're playing on defense. But the New York Jets stink. And they looked really good against them.
I love the fact that the Dallas Cowboys, they can still go win it all.
Oh, they could.
They could go win it all. Think about what the conversation was about Shoddy just a few weeks ago. And then George Pickens being able to do what George Pickens is doing. Offensive line having to move some pieces around, still have success. Good luck down there, Shoddy.
Yeah. They also have like kind of a budding young rookie, the Flournoy kid. I think he had like 110 yards. It was kind of like his opportunity now that CD Lamb's going to be out for a little while. Like if he's good all of a sudden, him, Pickens, and CD, when CD gets back, if they can hang on, they're going to be a problem.
The Dallas Cowboys. McCarthy said he liked this team.
He did.
Coach McCarthy said, I like the team. I like the locker room. Adding George Pickens, obviously, adds a little fire in there. I like what they're doing. He obviously would know it better than anybody. And holy hell, I don't think any of us could have guessed this team.
Well, a couple of us could have.
Why is that?
One out here, one in the back. Could have guessed it.
Oh, so you're saying the team they played against certainly provided an opportunity to get an award for being one of the top performing teams in the league. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Carolina Panthers.
Wow.
Records 2-3, number 2 performing offensive line in the league coming out of week 5. How comes that? How come, AQ?
239 yards rushing, 206 for Rico Dowdle.
Oh, they got the Rico act tossed at them.
And let me tell you, this play is not blocked perfectly. If you watch this single,
this is in the
to
trenches.
Right,
what are we highlighting?
Just because here's where I'm going to go. Let's watch this. So first of all, the combo on the left is incredible. Let's watch the center. Center and right guard get split. I talked to Harold Goodwin, their offensive line coach. He was mad that this happened, but if you look at that, if we can rewind that one more time, watch the center as he comes back, puts a little kill shot up on this linebacker, but guess what? It knocks off that defensive end that was going to make the play because he comes back. Again, the front side shade, lost in the sauce, boom, stops the defensive end because he runs into the center, and that gets the home run.
He blocked 3 guys.
Wow.
One guy blocked 3 guys. He didn't do it perfect, but every good man get 1, every great man get 2.
That's
maybe
right.
even 3, says the center whose name is...
Here. I got it. Cade Mays. They're on to their third center.
Damn.
Down onto their third right guard, too. Harold Goodwin, Joe Gilbert. You guys remember Joe Gilbert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. G.
Doing a good job with their offensive line down there. Ton of injuries. Robert Hunt's out.
There's also
bicep injury.
There's also a watering hole down there. What's the name of that watering hole? I got the hoodie. Remember the bar down there? And then Charlotte, I got the hoodie. They sent it to me. It's
Dale Jr.?
No, that Dale Jr. got good. He had a good place. I don't know if it still does. If he does, you need to go to Whiskey River, maybe is what his place is called.
Yeah.
That was right near the Howl at the Moon, which was dueling piano place, which had a bridge that connected to the hotel I was staying at. And I'll tell you what, that was way too easy of access for me to be able to get there and get out. I forget the name of the place. That's
down in Charlotte?
Yeah, it's Joe G goes there and drinks all their beer.
Of course.
He said, hey, we watch your show in there once in a while. And I'm like, Coach, that's awesome. And then he sent me a sweatshirt, and it's a great sweatshirt. It's like a light blue one. I forget the name of it. God, I feel
like
bad.
the bar or something.
Yeah, I forget the name. But I wore it. It was very nice of them. I guess they got great cold beer down there, from what I've been told. And I'll tell you what, Charlotte, good city.
Oh, yeah.
Like Carolina Panthers being good would be great for that city. Like any of their teams being good would be great for their city. Charlotte is a great city. Good hosting city.
Great city. I was there 2011 for 1 year. Great. I can imagine how much they've grown and how much better of a city now.
Yeah.
And to that point, when that was Cam's rookie year, and like They had a good stretch when he was there where that city was buzzing. Obviously, Carolina, you got a good football team. They're going to show up.
I think it was a lot of rooftop stuff down there in Charlotte. From my recollection, I spent some time in the offseason down there a few different times, had a couple friends that lived in that city. A lot of West Virginia people head down to Charlotte. It shuts off at like 5, 6 o'clock because it's a banking city, but then there's like a lot of rooftop stuff that kind of happens, and then it has a good vibe. Like Charlotte has a really good vibe. Would be cool if their team was good. Sounds like through their offensive line, they got a chance. Congrats to Tepper. Much different times. Now Jerry Jones is doing stuff to fans.
Exactly.
Well, he meant to.
Yeah, you're right. Thumbs
AJ,
up.
did you hear that? He meant to give a thumbs up or maybe a pointer even. And that middle finger just pops out there every time.
You think that holds up? You think they shave off $100K of that fine maybe?
I think he would love to defend himself in that court now. I know what you've done with a couple of the other guys that have been in here. For me, it's very reasonable. I'm almost fucking 90 years old. You try to put your thumb up when you're 90 years old, and maybe every once in a while, with the life you've been through, that middle finger just fucking follows it. You know what I'm saying? You never know what that person was saying to me either. I don't have that on camera. He said a lot of bad things about me and my family.
Isn't he a big Eminem guy? That's how Eminem does it in the movie. I thought that was the whole entire reason.
Everybody in the 313. Is that what you're talking about?
8 Mile. He was always a thumbs out guy.
There's a chance. I mean, Jerry Jones, I think he throws a multitude of middle fingers.
I would assume so.
I think he's got a lot in his bag. I think he can drop that thing sideways on you. I think he'll take that thing out of, what's this? Out of the pocket.
Yeah, kill shot.
You, Michael.
The people that do the makeup, they're like, wait a second, let me check my makeup. But
I like
boom,
that one.
how about that one right there? And then bang, let me go ahead and get that. Then that's one I think he probably has an abundance of fuck yous, if I had to guess. That's why not knowing you're doing it he's an expert with you. So. That's maybe he did lose that fastball. The middle finger fastball.
A lot of these old guys are these days.
Feels like it, doesn't it?
It's a bummer. Not really, but.
I mean, life, time.
Passes.
Time, why you punish me? Can you think about tomorrow and all the pain and sorrow running free? 'Cause tomorrow's just another day. And I don't believe in time. Time, you ain't no friend of mine. But time gets everybody. That's basically what that song is all about.
Undefeated.
There's a couple things in this world. Time is certainly one of them. Let's talk about the number one performing offensive line in Week 5 in the trenches, the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. Wow.
AQ Shipley, how come the Washington Commanders are the number one performing offensive line, and where are the Indianapolis Colts? We just beat the Raiders by a fucking 100.
Yeah, well, they didn't run the ball very well, and they had Max Crosby and the boys on the other side stopping the run, but they had touchdowns. He had 60 yards and averaged less than 3 yards a carry, but who's counting?
But the Commanders, unbelievable.
Commanders really good. Cliff Kingsbury in his bag, as usual. One of my favorite plays I used to run when Cliff was there. If you watch Zach Ertz, bluff the end, climb up, does a great job locking up the linebacker. Watch Tyler Biotish, Chris Paul with the kick out, Biotish around, seal the edge. How easy is that?
Kick out. That's a big, gaping hole between the sideline and any member of the Chargers there. Wow, is this all game like this?
So they're leading the charge.
AQ, explain that. Is that Derwin James out there on Ertz?
That is Derwin James outside. That's not on Ertz. Ertz gets inside. And then,
but right here, that screws him though, because if he's got him man to man. Okay, I got him. He goes in. I still think he may be running the route, and it makes you take yourself out of the play, and you're out leveraged already right here. Both two guys.
That's exactly what this tight end bluff does. Whenever you have a tight end, you do not want to put him on the defensive end, so you bluff. You send him inside. That takes Derwin James because you can see him stacked right there over top of Ertz. He's got him in man. It sets up the block for Biotish, and everything is all downhill from there.
That's actual chess there. Okay, like I rolled some jujitsu with Matt Matrione and Chris Lytle, and I don't think Matt Matrione is known as like a good jujitsu roller. I don't think people would say this guy's big strength is jujitsu. I don't think they would say that. We rolled. I tapped out. End of the story. Long story short, I tapped out 4 times in a minute. Okay, it was not. It ended with both my arms being broke. But at one point, I thought I was doing pretty good. I thought I had him. Like, he's a big lad, obviously former New York Giant football player from Purdue. Then he goes on to the UFC, has a great career. And then he also went into was that one? He knocked out the Russian guy.
Strike Force or whatever.
No, Bellator.
Yeah,
Bellator.
maybe Bellator.
Bellator. No, great career from around here, and we're rolling or whatever in the basement of this house. There was a gym that was very, I'd say, gritty is a good way to describe it. Who knows how many bones have been broken there? And I thought I had him, and then all of a sudden he would just stab right underneath my ribs. Like he would take his fingers and stab my ribs, which would make me automatically move like this. And as soon as I move like this, he puts his arm right around. It's like he's doing 3 things to my body just for me to adjust. That's what that play is doing right there. You're forcing Derwin James down, giving the leverage immediately to the guard that's pulling there. It's the center that's pulling. It makes it an easy block for him. Like he already made the block. It's like that's actual chess.
Absolutely.
That's like actual setting things up, and they have to react that way. Like whenever he's stabbing underneath my ribs, I don't know how they don't. My body naturally goes, just like a little bit. And all that half inch or centimeter took, boom, he got me on the other side. Derwin James steps in 1 foot, even if it's not as far as he did on this particular play, it makes the life a lot easier for that center. And this is what you chit-chat about with play callers and play designers, like setting the offensive line up for success, right? Isn't that kind of this entire conversation?
Work smarter, not harder. I mean, and the good coordinators are finding ways to do it. And again, the other thing that's not talked about enough either here is that when they send that guy in motion, AJ, you know this, D-Butt, you know this, right? When they go that, now the tight end's by himself over here, that's called 1-by-3. So everybody else is to the opposite side of the field. There's only one contained guy, and that's Derwin.
And you know he's in man coverage. So like AJ said, when he's going down with that crack block, you got to cover it like a crosser.
Here's the top 5 performing offensive lines of Week 5. Congrats to the Washington Commanders picking up the throne. Carolina Panthers, big-time win against the Miami Dolphins, lands them at number 2 in the top 5. Then the Dallas Cowboys, good for them. 4 new pieces at the offensive line, staring into trenches celebration. Then Denver Broncos and Detroit Lions wrap up the top 5. AQ, that's a cool photo of you with the boys flanking you there. Thank you for spotlighting the big boys and letting us know who's good, who's ass, and who's going to maybe go on a run if they end up on this particular list.
Absolutely. The boys played well this week. And the interesting thing is you don't have a clear-cut number 1, number 2, number 3 like we did last year. It's something different every week. But how well the offensive line plays is how well the team's going to play.
Well, the Colts, obviously the best team in football. It is.
They are.
Somehow.
They're scheming it up. Can
you put that? Somehow. AJ, do you see them? I don't see them.
They're up here a lot.
Are you like the harshest critic because it's your old squad and you don't want to have to like pump them up and be like a homer?
No, I love their group. I think they're a top 5 offensive line in the league for the whole season. I just didn't think they were top 5 worthy this week.
Just took on Max Crosby and the boys and won by 100.
Yeah. And they were in the backfield most of the game.
Well, Max looks so cool, by the way.
So cool.
His shoes, awesome.
So good.
Everything, the swag is incredible.
Yeah, get him out of there now.
Where?
Max.
No, he's a Raider. That's like a big part of why he hates so many people, because people are saying he needs to move on. And then it's like, no, you're a Raider. You're a pillar guy. He is the perfect Raider, by the way.
Yeah, he's the perfect Raider. I mean, and maybe it is fun. We should talk to Myles Garrett. Like going 1-16 is probably sick. It's just one of those things. Like, don't you want to win a football game? And when we're talking about old guys losing it, I don't know if we can just let Pete Carroll slide.
Whoa!
Guy was talking a lot of junk about winning games every single year before the season started. Now they're 1-4, and his pony, Geno Smith, the real hooper, if you will, after week 1, looks like absolute shite, man. If you run back to Tyler Warren, by the way, holy fuck, I forgot about this. You run back to Tyler Warren touchdown, you see who's covering him, right? Trey Tucker, their leading receiver this year, is covering Tyler Warren on his touchdown on Sunday.
What's going on?
If we run that play.
What'd you say?
Number 11, Trey Tucker, correct?
Oh, Tucker is
Or did he change it to number 1? Okay, good. Thank goodness.
Jeez Louise.
I saw that today.
I was about to say, how do we
I thought that was Trey Tucker for a second.
I thought we all missed this until
me
today.
Too,
I was
me
like, man,
too.
we were there.
I thought it was Trey Tucker. Okay, good.
Okay, Travis Hunter, obviously going by.
Me too. Thank God.
Who is that, Jeremy Chin?
Yes, that's Jeremy Chin.
Yeah.
Phew. But on that note, look at the line. Put this screenshot. Don't press play. Just look at that. Wow. What are you talking about,
Clean
bro?
pocket. Clean pocket.
Best team in ball. Best team in ball. Can't crack your top 5.
I do think they're the best team right now, honestly.
I like that. That's good news. And the good news is I've been hyping them up as the best team for the last 3 years. So it's not like I can jinx it if I continue to talk about them being good. I've already done that.
No, they're good.
Hey, you're still first to the key. You're just a little late.
Yeah, I was just a
little early.
Joe Nardo. I was Joe Nardo and I was forecasting. Joining us now is a list of defenses that are great and then a few that are terrible. It is time to go everything DB, good D, bad D with Darius Butler.
Yeah, sir.
Now it seems like D-Butt knows ball.
Yeah, kind of timed up perfectly with what Comment was just talking about with Geno. He's been struggling this year in Vegas, throwing a bunch of picks. I think 9 picks on the year now, 2 this week. And up top, we got Mekhi Blackmon. We got him. Last year he was with the Vikings. He got an opportunity this year to play a lot of football because of the injury to Jalen Jones. They brought over Xavier Howard. That didn't quite work out, so he's got back in the lineup. Got a big-time interception here. Here we got cover 2, trap. So this is a trap corner. He's really triggering on that number 2 receiver. So if you run it back to the beginning for Geno Smith, he sees split safety, maybe a cover 2. If this receiver just sits between the flat defender and the hook curl defender, we can hit that in zone coverage all day. But instead, he triggers it. This is that Lou Anarumo defense, little massages in certain coverage. It triggers that, picks it off, almost takes it to the crib, gets close with a big-time play and a big-time game. I mean, this was a straight belt to ass, 40-6, didn't give up any touchdowns, got a little blitz off the slot as well. Boom. I mean, rarely in the NFL as a DB do you get to a point where you're almost waiting for an interception. Like, he jumped that, and he was literally waiting for Geno to put it right between the 2 and the 5. And he did. Big-time play by Blackmon.
He knew exactly where they were going.
2-9, I'm sorry.
Blackmon actually, early in the game, kind of lost his footing in the turf, and somebody got a big reception on him.
Yep.
And it was like, man, who was that over there? It was Blackmon. And then later in the game, obviously getting this pick, it was like, you could tell that Blackmon was like, damn, I can't believe because I tripped, somebody got something on me, got back for the team. I think it was great to watch, and this defense is special, man.
Yeah, defense is humming. Whenever I don't care who you're playing against. We talked about it earlier with one of the long runs. I don't care who you're lined up against the NFL. If you are the better team, like, you should show up and beat the shit out of them. And to the Colts' credit, you put up that point differential early with the AFC South. I think the rest of the division kind of riding our coattail. We beat the dog shit out of the Dolphins to open up the season, and then beat the dog shit out of the Raiders. And that's what you're supposed to do if you are a good football team that considers yourself a contender.
And I think we are. Here's a couple teams that are certainly trying to get into that conversation.
Yeah, trying to get into that conversation and trying to get a win. You got to get a win week in and week out, and the Saints didn't have one coming into this game. And Jackson Dart in this offense, this team started off hot, but a big-time interception by Kool-Aid McKinstry. This was actually his second interception. This is a cover 3 fire zone, so you're going to rush 5, and then you got 3 underneath, 3 deep. On the outside, it's pretty much man-to-man coverage, and it's just a great press rep. So great that the receiver quits on the ball. And you never want to do this with your quarterback, especially a young quarterback who's trying to find guys on the outside that he can have some confidence in. So he got his ass jammed up, and you'll see it even better from the replay. Receiver just stops running. Kool-Aid dives and makes a phenomenal catch. A big-time catch by Kool-Aid.
AJ!
Just help secure this first win.
You're hanging your young guy out to dry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Geez, I feel for the quarterback there. Man.
Yeah, at least
great play, though.
At least break it up. You know, that's like a bad one at all. He didn't think he was getting that ball, obviously, with how covered he was. Jackson Dart said, let me go ahead and let this thing fly. Incredible reaction time by Kool-Aid right there.
Yeah, big-time player.
That'd be so much fun to be that.
Yeah, filthy.
That'd be so cool to be that athletic. Just that quick of a reaction time, too.
Good ball skills, man. And you can never, sometimes in certain play progressions, pass progression, AQ would notice certain receivers may not anticipate getting the ball based on the coverage or where guys are on defense. We saw it was a talking point with the Eagles and A.J. Brown with he stopped running or he slowed down. And it's one of those things that don't show up until it shows up. The one time you slow down the route, the quarterback takes a chance and throw it to you. So I'm sure he heard this a lot from whoever his receivers coach is, from the head coach. I'm sure this is probably played on the big screen in the team meeting. You can't leave your young quarterback out dry.
Top left corner there, it had Dallas 30, New York Jets 14. Just a drumming as the Giants are throwing up another pick, and guys, also the New York Jets getting killed up here. Just New York people watching the game. Just got a little twofer here for you. Don't you worry about it. Okay, what do we have next?
Next, we got another big AFC East matchup. We all watched this one. This is a big moment in the game, too. Right now, the Patriots are up 3, and the Bills are right at high red area, so 13-10. And now you got Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. So defensively, you got kind of man-to-man coverage, but you got 2, if you let it run a little bit, you'll have 2 like low rat defenders. And these rat defenders also can act as like spies on Josh Allen. So you see like the 2 linebackers around the hash mark. If 17 was to tuck the ball and take off, they would be in pass coverage, obviously, but when he takes off the run, they would trigger to go and tackle him. But here, Marcus Jones does a great job knowing that he has help over the top. So once he drops back, get ready to throw, he knows, boom, foot in the ground, undercut it, boom, and make it dive and catch. I mean, Marcus Jones obviously has phenomenal ball skills, great returner. The Patriots as well. It's a big-time play. You got to make these plays. You know when you have a corner like Christian Gonzalez who's not going to get a bunch of targets, or Carlton, when you're in there, you're going to get work in there. So make opportunity, make the best of your opportunity. That's what Marcus Jones has been doing on defense and special teams. I wonder if we see him on offense at all this year.
Red zone turnover, crazy.
That's huge
for Josh
Game
Allen.
changers.
Yeah. This is like 3-4 years ago for Josh Allen.
Yeah.
That this is not. He clearly didn't know that he was going to be there. Was that a no looker? Was he looking that off, trying to move somebody?
I think he was looking, but it's just so much. If you just pause it there, like it's just so much for a quarterback. Even before those two Gonzalez and then Spillane, I think that is bites up on that low crosser. Before that, it's just so much color. Like quarterbacks really see color. You see those blue jerseys, and then you say, okay, I know. Let me just try to throw him to a spot. So it's just a great job by Jones, because sometimes when you're outside leverage like that, you're guarding an inside breaking route. It's tough to do, but knowing he has help, I think that made him gave him a little more confidence to undercut that and go make a big time play on the ball.
No, he's looking right at it, right? He's staring it down.
Yeah,
I think so.
God, he looks so cool.
Marcus Jones, to Deba's point, is the one that, like, if there are deep balls or passes downfield, they're not going on Gonzo or Carlton Davis. Marcus Jones is the guy that they're trying, and like it's been unbelievable. This is why the Patriots defense is, top 3 defense in the NFL right now, because of how good they can cover, and then, they're like second in pressures. It's one of the best units in the NFL.
God, it feels good to be on good D, doesn't it, Connor?
It feels real good to not be coming in here and just having to eat bad D
every day. Every day, bad D.
I don't like eating bad D.
No, it's good D. It's good D.
I don't want to watch that.
The defense is going to be completely different whenever a guy like Christian Gonzalez plays. Now, he won't be on like good D a bunch because he doesn't get the ball production. Like he doesn't get a bunch of interceptions because quarterbacks just don't throw. They don't test him often. But it helps the other players when they make those big time plays. Now, we saw this same route from the same offense with Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. They've made a bunch of touchdowns, made a bunch of money running this route, like a follow route. Once again, the same one we saw from the tip ball from Makuba earlier in the year. You'll see 87 moving around pre-snap. The Jaguars are ready for the route. They're anticipating the route. And Devin Lloyd, AJ, you can kind of speak to, I guess, what he's seeing and what he's doing here with this fake blitz and then dropping into the window and picking this off.
Yeah, look at the double A gap. I don't know if the end zone view shows it better, but yeah, you got linebackers. You're reading the center, so you're both blitzing. You're both A gaps. You see them up there. Whichever way the center turns, you engage quick while the other guy shoots, and then you pop out. This is exactly how you draw it up. Like this is clinic tape that you would show when you install this in the spring or summer, whenever you do it. Hey, pop in there, get his attention, then pop out. You get lost in the traffic. And, this is best case scenario right here. Get in the throwing lane, catch it, take it to the house.
Yeah, being able to finish is obviously absurd, especially with how comfortable he looked immediately afterwards. He didn't look like he was dying for air as Tyquan Thornton almost catches up to him with a JHA block there. But let's talk a little bit about the center turning and then choosing to go the opposite direction. He fakes that he's going there just to keep the center's eyes. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit, yeah. I don't know if we have the end zone or not, but you see them, they both attack the A-gaps, and then when the center decides, hey, I'm turning right or left, you'll talk to your two backers. You'll sit there, and you'll stay in the line. AQ has had to deal with this a million times, I'm sure. You're sitting there and thinking, all right, hey, here. You'll start to listen and get an idea of which way the center's going to turn before the snap, hopefully. But then, boom, you're just reacting off of it. If he turns away from you, bam, I'm shooting, trying to get the quarterback, other guy pop out, get in the throwing lane. This is what we do.
What is the center's decision-making process there?
Yeah, so the protection call sends them one way or another. And so whenever you had teams like this, so like AJ, whenever we used to play against Zimmer,
you try to pump block,
you pump
right?
block, and you just go straight back and don't declare one way or another to try and screw them up. But the minute that Creed Humphrey goes left, you know that the guy to Creed's right is going to blitz, and the guy from the left is going to block out.
He did do a good job. Creed did a good job of punt blocking here, too. He didn't give it away. He didn't jump right or left, right? He did a good job punt blocking, too.
Yeah. Run a replay, Foxy, the TV replay? It might show a little.
Look, he goes straight back. Like that's a great job by those guys on D because Creed does a good job. That's the toughest thing to read when he does go straight back like this.
Great play. And then you think, the first thing I thought, because I saw this play, I'm like, damn, how does a linebacker go 99 yards? Obviously, you make a great move on Patrick Mahomes, but if I'm thinking fastest wide receiver unit in the league right now is probably the Chiefs. You think of Thornton, Hollywood, Xavier, and then none of these, only Thornton was on the field. It was Thornton, Juju, but Thornton was the only fast guy on the field. And we talked about it yesterday with Hines Allen just making that one little bump, because we're always taught with the interceptions, you try to block the intended receiver and you block the quarterback. So just him peeking last minute, 41, running his ass off and then peeking, just giving him like a little bump. He still caught up to him, but he didn't catch up to him early enough to punch it out. Great ball security through the fucking goal line. Offensive players pay attention.
Yes.
But great job, Devin Lloyd, coming off of his best probably game as a pro last week, and he had 2 interceptions, a sack, and a forced fumble, and won AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Now let's get to some bad.
Oh no!
Yeah. Somebody, but who mentioned the Jets' stinky defense earlier? That was you. I think you asked JJ about it. This is an example of that. Because if we line up here, we know what the Cowboys were coming in this game, or who they were coming in this game without. It was without CeeDee Lamb, right? So we all know target number 1 would be George Pickens, especially when you're at this in the alumni section where you like to take shots. 1st and 10, we got George Pickens at the bottom, and we got wide receiver 2 up at the top. So if the safety took Pickens' side, he drops down into the coverage, so that lets Dak Prescott know, even though he's in play action, as soon as he gets his eyes back, okay, there's no safety help, like zero safety help. So it is Sauce Gardner down there, one of the best, I think, highest paid corner in the league right now. So, yeah, Sauce Island, leave him on the island. But it just doesn't make sense to me defensively. Why leave any of my players on the island with their best one-on-one downfield receiver if you don't have to? So they got 2 guys covering the other guy.
He's wide open. 2-man route too.
Yeah.
2-man route. We don't need to leave a guy on the island with a 2-man route.
Exactly. 2-man route. You got a double team on one guy who's still open in the National Football League, and then you leave him one-on-one with Sauce down the field. And George Pickens does, what George Pickens does. We see this play. Anybody see this play on Madden and know, okay, I'm gonna throw it up number 3 and give him a shot, and that's what Dak does.
Jeez.
Gives him an opportunity to make a big play down.
AQ, what are you giggling about? He's cackling over here. AQ's got the hut gut going on.
I mean, they are so bad right now.
Yeah, like that guy gets paid $100 million, and that's what he does.
I think what D-Butch is saying, though, it's not just Sauce. It's like the whole strategy, scheme, decisions. It's Aaron Glenn going over there with his defensive guy.
Yeah, I don't care how good your player is or how good you are. Like, if you only have, AJ mentioned it, it's only a 2-man route. And, like, that's clearly wide receiver 1. George Pickens is coming off his biggest game as a Cowboy. So you're covering it. Like, it just doesn't make sense. And, that, some people say, why wasn't a flag thrown? Like, it's a lot of hand fighting both ways there with the receiver, with the corner, so they didn't throw it either way.
Aaron Glenn, though, right? I naturally assume that he's going to have a good defense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all do. Probably Jets fans.
Especially with all the talent that the Jets have on their defense.
Yep.
Like, that has been the story the last several years when Rodgers got there. Hey, this team might win the Super Bowl because their defense is already ready to go. And then even this year, we don't know about the offense, but we know the defense is going to be unbelievable, and they've looked like hammered dog shite so far.
Oh, stop. They're building now. What were you guys, MCDC's first year, Foxy?
We were 0-10 year 1, and then year 2 we started out 1-6, and then after the 1-6, that's when everything
started. All right, so we got some patience.
Right on.
I will say, and I shouldn't say it, but there was a time in the era with Aaron Glenn as DC where a big chunk of Lions fans did not like him because they were letting a lot of points up on the defensive side. But people forget that.
People forget Fox.
They're remembering it now, though.
Oh, they fired somebody, right, to save his job.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
DB
coach.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
DB coach. I remember that story. And then he got much better after that.
They did right away.
I said, come on in.
Yeah.
Need you.
Yep.
Okay, and now we got a team that's been on the receiving end of the in the trenches and now on the receiving end of the bad D award.
Yeah. Oh, no.
It's tough to be a Giant fan. It feels like. Go ahead, D-Ball.
Yeah, it is. And we all remember a guy who last year kind of took the NFL by storm early on, Rashid Shaheed. He is a big play waiting to happen. And right now he's kind of in that cut split. Once the motion comes over, he'll be in that slot. And this is another thing with, at this safety, Newbin is his name, right, Bruce? Back here, 2-7 down to the bottom of the field. He'll get put in a tough situation because now he's going to end up, and he's not too deep. He's probably about 9 yards from the ball. So you let this ball snap. That's a lot of speed, and you pause it right here. So now with a 2-man route, once again, to the left, as this safety because you're pretty much on the island with this deep ball. You do have help to your right. You know you have another deep safety to your right, so I would say keep your leverage to the outside and use your help. He does not. It's a good route. Give a little post corner here. Spencer Rattler makes a great throw under pressure. He's been playing well, but this is his first win as a starting quarterback, and this is a big part. Once again, big-time moment in the game. Down 2 points right here with the Saints. Good route, good ball, and that safety is put in a tough spot.
So what is that, AJ? The guy took 2 wrong steps, and all of a sudden it's a fucking house call on him? What a nightmare.
Yeah, it's a great rep, but if you look at this, like, all right, D-But's right, and it's easy sitting here in air conditioning and talk about it, but look how much help he has if he stays outside leverage. Look at how many guys he got over there on the other side of the field.
4.
He's got a lot of buddies over there to help, so I'm like, I got to stay outside somehow, even though you think he's run that deep over, but bam, he snaps it off, and here we go.
And it's a good route concept. You run it back because that outside receiver that motions over, he holds that corner to make sure that, if I do underthrow this a little bit, this corner doesn't help. But yeah, I don't think he helped himself from the get-go, from his alignment. He wasn't deep enough, and then he didn't start gaining depth. If you run it back to the beginning, as a deep half safety, depth is your friend. You want to keep everything in front of you. So right now, one of the fastest players in the league, and he's already on your toes. Like at this point, like you're already in trouble. Even if he just runs a post, I don't think either one of these safety had enough depth. You only had really one wide receiver split out pre-snap, first down. You're probably thinking maybe a run play, big bodies, and boy, it turned into a big play fast.
What's that route called?
Post corner.
Love it.
That'd
be so much fun to be able to do. So many things that'd be cool to be able to do.
Yeah.
Or just run a post corner right now. Get from the line of scrimmage to the end zone. Just at full speed would be cool to be able to do at this stage of life, let alone make somebody turn around full spin in the middle of the field. He's a real weapon. We forget about him because the Saints have been such ass. What were you going to say, Con Man?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. His stats next to Jameson Williams' stats, and Jameson Williams is considered, one of the best deep ball threats out there, I would guess.
Mm-hmm.
He's better than him, and they've played the exact same amount of games. I believe, actually, he might have played one less game than Jameson Williams, and he's got more yards, more catches, more touchdowns.
It's just situations.
But he plays for the Saints.
Situations
It's just like Max Crosby, man.
What you're saying.
Miles Garrett.
You can might as well ship Max Crosby to Detroit. I mean, that's the only place he wants to go.
From Michigan?
Oh, let's bring him to the Colts.
Yeah.
Him and Leatu Latu.
I thought the Colts liked their guys.
They do like their guys.
We wouldn't mind some new guys, though. We brought some new guys in during the offseason. We just brought in new guy Pratt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he's old guy to Lou. Have you seen what we've been doing over here? We're only getting better, AJ. We're getting more Lou's guys in here. Paison's coming in.
Some guys with some grit and some toughness, too. I like it. We're bringing guys in that will only just add to this great defense.
Grit and Jam. Of course. Speaking of grit and Jam, you deserve all the praise for the work you put in for that good deed, bad deed.
Maybe D-Butt.
Hey, Kush, listen, yesterday we had a guy bury 4 straight putts, so I don't want to put that on you, but I do think you should at least do a giveaway here, okay? Because we're heading into week 6 of the NFL season, week 7 of college football already.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so let's enjoy it all. What do you want to do? You want to throw a football? You want to shoot a basketball?
Let's throw a football. It's football season.
It is football season, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is hump day, too, as we all see. And on this glorious Wednesday, AQ Shipley can try to win 15 people.
There you go.
$500. All you got to do is put that particular football, Baby Duke, into that hoop right over there that has a chain net that has been ripped because people have been splashing on it.
Jeez.
For instance, Evan Fox yesterday went 10 for 10 around the horn. 5 spots, 3-pointer, NBA 3-pointers. Off the couch, first game, 10 for 10. We won the game 33 in the first round. First round.
Yeah, you also won 7 of 10.
I did pretty good, but let's not talk about that. Foxy won 10 for 10, all splashies.
Crazy.
We're breaking the chain net over here. That's how good Foxy's become.
I believe it. I mean, Foxy's a natural athlete. We've seen him. Is there anything Foxy can't do? Any sport?
Yeah, any sport that's tough. He quit football
Soccer.
in the 8th grade.
Physicality. Yeah.
Soccer. I've never been good at soccer.
Physicality, I think. There's any physicality, there's a potential problem.
Oh, yeah, I did quit football, too.
Oh, yeah. How about wrestling? You think you'd be a good wrestler?
Absolutely not.
You ever play hockey? You grew up in Michigan. You must
I
have
did
played
play
hockey,
but I had to choose basketball. Hindsight, I probably would have been a better hockey player.
What? What are you talking about?
Pretty good jump shot, Foxy. I don't know.
You should have committed to basketball more, I think.
Got McJesus back here. Holy
Especially
hell.
in the world that we're in. But yeah, he's been splashing this thing. It's been going crazy. McJesus just took $8 million less a year.
What are you doing, McJesus?
Team guy.
They better go
I
get
love
somebody.
what he's doing. I respect it so much.
They better win.
He went to them for the contract too to get it done.
Do you know how it makes the sport look though?
Yeah.
When the best guy they sign, hey, this guy you never fucking heard of just signed for 4 years, $700 million NBA. Hey, this guy you never fucking heard of just signed 4 years, $500 million MLB. Hey, this guy you never fucking heard of in the NFL just signed 4 years, $40 million. Oh, fuck. Then the NHL. The best player in the league just signed 2 years, $12.5 million per year. It's like, whoa.
You think that's a good thing?
Someone.
What?
Hey, the best fucking player since Wayne Gretzky just signed for,
peanuts.
Yeah, literal peanuts.
I don't think that's good for the league optically, but I'd like to let everybody know it's awesome that is the type of guy that is playing in the NHL, though.
Without
which,
doubt.
once again, goes back to the respect we have for the sport and why the sport is awesome. But I didn't like the way that looked against the other numbers. I'm like, the NHL's this is the best player. His contract's up. Man. He's a gentleman.
Yeah, the comparisons are bad if you haven't seen them yet.
Contracts, other contracts in other sports?
Yeah. Someone said Connor McDavid's the greatest player in the NHL right now, and he's making $12.5 a year. And then someone said Steven Adams is averaging 3 points for the Houston Rockets, and he's making $13 million a year right now.
Those are big 3 points.
Rim protector.
My bad. I can't leave this out. 6 rebounds a game as well.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's on defense side, but let alone the tone that's being set as soon as he steps foot on the court. That's worth what it's worth. But I appreciate Connor McDavid doing that. That's really cool to build up the team. I hope they win a cup. But also, I think a lot of people saying, well, I'm not doing hockey as a kid. It's a tough sport. It's a really tough sport. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful sport.
Great sport.
You know what would be a good sport? If you
Let's
put
go.
that ball into that hoop right over there. Yeah. 15 people, $500. AJ Hawk's going to give you a motivational speech here.
Can I keep? Does he have his ears in? He can still hear me.
Yeah, he can see you too. You're right behind him. You're over his shoulder.
Yesterday, I told BA yesterday he's going to make 4 out of 4, and he did make 4 out of 4. So I think you're definitely going to make this, especially with those sweet Cam Hanes shoes on, man. They look even better now that you're standing.
I like that AJ said I got a lot of shit yesterday for what I said to BA. Turns out I was right. Okay, so let's make sure we remember that. Ty, anything to say to AQ and those sweet shoes that he's wearing, the speed bands?
Yeah, I would say AQ. There were 40 winners yesterday, so if you want to go ahead and throw this thing up in the fucking mezzanine. Go ahead.
Yeah,
go to the program.
Yeah, go to the program. I don't think we need to be.
Maybe punt it out there.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to be trying to make this one.
No, on that note, I think you would be big time babyface if you were to make that for 15 people, make their lives better. But Darius J. Butler has something to say to you before you go ahead and let this one fly.
I would say pump up and tighten up those shoes.
Pump it up.
Throw this ball. There we go. There we go. Boy, I wish we could get this.
I was gonna say that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
D Brown before the dunk contest.
Yep.
That is sick.
All right, he might have cut off circulation to his feet with that. I don't know how active he's feeling at this moment, but it might be a gift and a curse, these speedmans having so many capabilities to maybe tighten it up a little bit. Boston Connor has the last message for you here.
Just think about, what Clyde Christensen would tell you if he was here as a quarterback coach. He'll probably keep that elbow tight maybe. Yeah, there you go. Score the shoulders. Yep.
Right. OC Poorhouse is the place down in Carolina. That you should definitely go check out. I'm sure Clyde Christensen has not been there, but he does fancy himself a Charlotte and North Carolina man himself. AQ, all you got to do is put that football in the hoop and 15 lives will be better because you are a great athlete. Penn State can't get the job done, but can AQ Shipley? We shall see.
Hell yeah.
For the people, AQ. Best effort.
Oh, pretty good ball.
Pretty good.
That was a good attempt. All right, you'll get one more. Okay, you'll get one more. That'll act as a range check. Okay, this is your last throw, though. Okay. This is it. Okay. 15 people, $500. You put that ball into that hoop right over there. All people have to do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody, maybe they cute. Because he's pretty aggressive today, wearing a maroon hoodie like this.
I like it.
With the khaki, really good.
Good fit.
Maybe they could say that to you and say something nice to somebody else, and they can maybe win $500 because you're such a damn good athlete, AQ. Whip you a Hall of Famer for basketball. Super Bowl champion in football. Your worlds could come together here. Mm-hmm. Put the football in the basketball hoop. Go ahead, AQ.
Too much.
This guy's never going to do it.
No.
This guy's never going to do it. I thought we really had it. Before we get out of here, we do have to celebrate something. Ladies and gentlemen, there's obviously one half of the hammer,
Dahn,
Cowboys and AP Tone. But the other half of the hammer, Dahn, Cowboys, is a man from Canada who was a ship painter, I believe, for 16 or 17 years. And while he was in the belly of those ships, he would be listening to different shows as he tried to pass the time. He'd wake up, he'd put on his paint suit and his lack of mask, and he would go paint the shit out of these ships up there in Canada. And I'm sure it was cold as balls. You're talking about a guy that would show up every day, not only for the ships, but for his family, for his friends, work his ass off. And he listened to shows, and all of a sudden, a group of idiots from Indianapolis cracked into his ears. Then he called into said program one time, and he was electrifying. We thought his name was Dump. Turns out it's Gump, because this guy was a great soccer player. He's obviously a great friend, and we're lucky as hell that he's a member of our team. Ladies and gentlemen, certainly the oldest guy of the bunch. It is Gumpy's birthday today.
Hell yeah, Gump!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Happy birthday, dear Gumpy. Hey, happy birthday to you.
Hell yeah.
We're lucky to have you here, Gump.
Thank you, boys.
Canadian
I appreciate
Ty
it.
actually has a message for you before you give your speech.
Yeah, listen, Paul, I'd just like to say I hope those fucking knobs and Muppets, start showing up for you on Monday nights and Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights and Thursday nights and Friday
Mornings.
nights and Saturday nights. Yeah, every morning as well, and obviously Sundays. How about those Finns? Hey, we're not dead yet, eh?
Yeah, we're not dead yet, eh? And the bets are always alive, especially 4 a.m. We got fucking ping pong in China going on that we got to bet on. And we think this trip around the sun for you, Gumpy, you're going to win every single bet. Gumpy, AJ Hawk has a message to deliver you on your big birthday here.
Well, Gump, first off, happy birthday. I was unaware that it was your birthday. You look great. I'm sure you feel great. Are you fully a U.S. citizen at this point?
No.
Not quite yet. We're getting there, AJ. Thank you.
We're on the track, though, right? We're on pace?
Absolutely.
Okay, it's going to happen in no time.
Train's at the station. We know that.
Yeah, and said train that we're going to have to get on is going to have to be studying of a test that is recalling information that he hasn't done since high school. So we think he's certainly already working on that and studying that. And Gumpy, we love you, buddy. Happy birthday. We appreciate the hell out of you, man.
Love you, Gumsh.
Thank you, guys. I love you. Appreciate you guys more than you'll ever know. Very lucky to be here with you guys.
We're thankful you're here.
Yeah, Gumps.
Hey, go Dolphins, eh?
Hey, go Finns.
Hey, go Red Sox, eh?
Go Canes.
Hey, go Texas hockey, eh?
We're going out. Go Liverpool. You'll never walk alone, Gump.
Yeah, you never walk alone with Liverpool. And Inter Miami, they're going to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
And those bastards at Barcelona or Real Madrid, whoever you lose on every single weekend, they'll figure it out this year as well, Gumpy. Who are your go-tos? Who are your regulars that have been letting you down like a fucking knob?
Real Madrid and Barcelona. So start of the year, there's no Champions League, so you can really hammer them. It's win, win, win. But then you get the Champions League midweek. The other teams aren't playing during the week. You kind of get got on the weekends. So,
it's awesome.
Yeah, we're in the mix right now.
He's so mad. Just notification pops up. These fucking Muppets.
Yeah.
I had so much faith in these boys. I met these boys. It's like, who are you talking? He's all by himself. He's talking to himself. It's just me and him in a room. And he's just saying this, not to me. He's speaking a different direction. He thinks they can hear him, I think. And
The worst one was,
who are you talking
The worst one was on Sunday, Lewandowski, who we interviewed when we were in Barcelona. I live bet Barcelona double chance. They were down 1-0, hammered them. I thought it was best bet I ever made. They get a penalty shot in like the 65th minute. Lewandowski steps up, never misses a penalty. Puts this thing 5 yards wide.
Fucking no!
It was as bad as it gets.
Come on, man.
I forget who it was. There was somebody.
I mean, last week, you guys were traveling for game day, and we come in, and, it was after the Sox-Yankees game 2 or 3. I honestly I forget about it. And it was after Thursday Night Football, and I see a tweet from Gumpy at like 12:30, and it's New Mexico State football. I'm like, how is he going? From baseball that started at 3 till New Mexico State, who gives a fuck university.
And then we're on plane at 6.
And then, yeah.
We're on plane at 6 a.m. So then we'll be sitting on the plane, and I didn't see New Mexico. I didn't see
Never a doubt.
That's on me. That's on me
Never a
100%. And then he will mention somebody's name from the team. Like, Johnson last night.
There it is. Boom.
And I'm like, who? What? Who are you talking about? He goes, New Mexico State corner. This guy fucking locked down. He had 17 pass defense last night. It's like, what, dude?
It is me.
It is the most obscure shit.
Unreal.
And when these guys let him down, They need to know.
Takes it personal. It takes it personal, I feel like.
It's like a friend kicked him in the balls. That is literally what the reaction is. Him upset, yelling at clouds when we're the only people around each other is one of my favorite things. Just a full public outburst. And it's like about what? Something happening in fucking Italy right now.
What the fuck, man?
And everybody like looks over at him. And then it's like, what happened? He goes, fucking Muppets. Can't put a ball away. And I go, were you supposed to win? He goes, should have tied at least. And then he goes, right back to it. There's another bet coming.
Yeah.
Now we're riding the wave of whoever's next.
I get back on the right track, I guess.
Liverpool can't let me down again.
We will tonight. We got midweek QSA, boys. Party in the QSA tonight.
Okay, and who are we like?
We got Missouri State playing, and I do like Liberty going into UTEP tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, they're laying a point. I like them on the money.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's you just heard it. All the people just heard it I like Liberty going into UTEP tonight. And if Liberty does not, every person that plays for Liberty that he knows the name of, or anybody associated with the college, will get fucking undressed just at some moment. But if they win, Guppy enjoys it for about half a second, and then bang, we're on to the next bet.
That's right.
He's at the Mac Brown stage of gambling, where losing is devastating and anger. Winning is just a relief. Let's get to the next bet. Gumpy, this year, let's take these wins in a little bit more and enjoy them. Let's not worry about the losses that the fucking Muppets continue to put you through. Happy birthday. We love you. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. Tone, why don't you make your way out here?
On my way.
We're all strapped around here. Did you hear him say that, AJ?
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
Incredible.
Just a little heads up, Tone wanted to say. All right, great work. You look really cool.
Thanks.
You do look really cool today.
For sure.
AQ, good work, brother. Sorry you
too.
didn't win anything for
Thanks.
anybody.
Fool.
Happy birthday, Gumpy.
One day.
We can't wait to listen to Hammered Down as we have a birthday celebration of Gumpy coming up, I assume. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. AQ, anything you say to the team?
5 guys on the same page. Next week, O-line dominates.
All right, I like that. D-Butch, great work this week. Anything you say to the boys?
No, AQ said it all.
Things a little different with DBs, but maybe not. Team on me, team on 3. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.